Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Sunday Night Geekery, and we got the awesome Clobbering Times here with us. Uh,
Yo, what's up, buddies?
What's up? And Maddie's daddy.
Hey, hey,
Maddie's
hey.
Hail,
daddy
hail.
with they see.
With a C. I'm going to leave that up there until I get a laugh out of that, darn it.
You just gotta laugh. Yep, yep. And we got a lot of people in the chat tonight. So I gotta upload that. The famous coffee cup when they said it's marked with the C. So Polly's minion was here. Let's see. We got Courtney's in the chat. So I don't know if. She should be pretty close to the beginning, not very late like usual. Anytime you get here is much appreciated. Yep. Hungry to see Johnny Storm be funny again. Hungry boy. I like that. I like that one. Yep. And this guy Maddie's daddy in the chat too. I guess I wonder who that is. Yep.
Some loser, but he has a great
loser.
daughter. But he has a great daughter, so
he's a great daughter. Yep. And of course the awesome Chris Persher. This is Hail Chief. So so what's going on, guys? I know.
Okay,
we got Creepy Little Bookus here. Hail, good to see you. Good to see you.
Hey.
Thanks for stopping by.
Hey.
Yep.
Hey, since Chris called me the real Captain America.
Sorry, Classic Comics is here too. Yep.
Since Chris called me the real Captain America, I thought I would get on the camera for a second to show the shirt.
Nice, very nice. Yep.
So
I got my I got a Captain America hat from Amazon, but it was kind of cheap, and it is kind of cheap. Let me grab it. I'll show you.
I got my cap hat too.
Maddie actually has this shirt too, but I can't find it, so it might be at her mother's place. But she looks adorable in her Captain America shirt. I gotta tell you.
Yeah, it's not the best hat. This one's not the best hat, but let me get the light on so you can see my ugly mug. Let's see here. I want to scare into the viewers, yeah. But this cap hat is
nice.
It's not great. It was like a $15 one. It's definitely a $15 hat.
It's better than mine. I got for $10 at Big Lots. It's a cap hat, but it's got a different color scheme on this. I like that. I think I would like that better than mine.
I mean, it looks good, but just the quality is not great. But that gets the job done. Covers my bald head.
Hey,
so.
It's got. It's funny because I don't think of you as being bald because you always have a hat on.
Yeah, that's why I always have the hat on. You're mostly bald. Yeah. Well, plus my excuse is these headphones it's much more comfortable with the headphones if you're wearing a hat.
He's
that's
only mostly bald.
Yeah, but I don't have the guns like you have though. Gee, yeah.
But the question is, do you have more importantly a random toy that your daughter left on your desk?
Is that a telephone?
Yeah, it's a little telephone.
Yeah, but you can't teach her to use that. She's not going to know how to use. Are there any of those left in the house?
I never know. Yeah, I know, right? I never know what I'm going to find laying around anywhere.
Is that a Funko Pop?
I believe that is a Funko Pop. It was a gift.
Yeah.
A gift.
Oh, that's your excuse. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my excuse too.
Clobby can never ever meet the woman that gave me this.
All right, show us the Funko Pop again. Right.
No, Clobby, you'd fall head over heels forever after 1 minute meeting this. She's
tall. Never stops me from meeting him.
Yeah. Tall and smart and pretty and a nerd.
She's a redhead.
I've learned
occasionally.
to deal with such pain, sir.
Occasionally, yeah.
I've learned to deal with such pain.
Yeah. So,
hey, Das Wolfen, how's it going?
Das Wolfen.
Hey there, Das Wolfen.
Guten Nacht.
Das Wolfen here.
Yes.
Schneider.
So, yeah. So that's what is going on. That is what's going on. And happy Daughter's Day to Apollo and Courtney, because you are clearly daughters as well.
It's Daughter's Day today?
Today is Daughter's Day.
I heard about that.
So, yeah.
So I didn't get in touch with my daughter today. Does that make me a bad dad?
That makes you no. It just makes you an uninformed dad. You're a good dad.
Well, she's in Jordan right now, so it makes it a little tougher.
You need to call her right now.
Communicate. Let me check out her.
Get her on the show.
Let me check out her Instagram. She's got an Instagram going, so let me check what she's.
Oh yeah, I got it up right here. It says, "I can't believe my dad forgot me on Daughter's Day."
Yeah, and she's with her. She's with her boyfriend traveling. She could care less about dad right now.
Oh crap!
Yeah, you guys. What about your mother, Clobby, and Mark? What about your wife?
But that's for Mother's Day, right? And
they're still daughters.
I was with my mom today. Does that count?
Did you wish her a happy Daughter's Day?
No, because I didn't know about this.
Then you're a terrible. All holidays are
made up holiday.
Oh,
that's not even an official one, though.
What was it? Is that from Guardians of the Galaxy? That's a made-up word. All words are made up. Yeah, it was. It's from one with Thor. That's right. Yeah, when he said Nidavellir. That's a made-up word. All words are made up.
Yeah, that was Infinity War.
Yeah. So,
wow, there's so many. There's so many these days now. I mean, the first one I heard, when they came out Donut Day, I'm like, oh, that's gonna be fun. Like I need donuts, but why not? And now there's like a day for everything, right? I mean, there's a day for pretty much, Father's Day. Yeah.
Hail Classic Comics. I didn't hail you, sir. It's tough for me to go back and forth between the chat and the live.
Yes.
So hail to you, because if I do, there's always a delay, and then I'm commenting on something from 10 minutes ago, and Mark's thinking, why do I have this guy on my stream?
Oh, you can time travel. That's what's cool about YouTube, right?
Primitive technology. The weird thing is that I use technology all the time. Photoshop.
It's your day job, right?
After Effects, yeah.
Steve,
sir,
don't be too proud of this technological terror you've constructed.
Don't try to frighten us with your nerdy ways, Lord.
Hungry boy, I hope you're doing all right, buddy. Hope you're feeling better, man.
Well, here's a crotchety Ben Grimm. I'm drinking tea tonight because it's getting kind of cold.
Damn, he shows me that because he knows I love it.
Oh, I was trying to. I'm using one of these fancy button things and they're not working. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna.
Cool.
Here, I'll make it full. I'll make it full screen here.
Clavi's jealous.
I got one of the Stream Deck, but I'm pressing the wrong button because I don't know how to use technology. But yeah, there's.
And he's got blue eyes.
Damn it! I love that thing.
Yep, another eBay purchase. Yep.
Nice. Well,
hey,
maybe
Keto Simple.
Hey, Keto. Hail.
Dustin, yep. And we got a cool Toxic Tuesday coming up. We got Total Recall coming up on Nick's channel this week.
Ooh.
So we're looking forward to that. But our buddy Nick was getting really attacked on the Twitterverses.
Yes, he was. He's
lately. Yep.
He seems to have enjoyed it though.
Yeah, no, he was giving them back. So this is my clip for. Let's see, where's it? Oh, I got to play a clip. This is I got to play this on Nick's channel. Everyone's picking on how he looks. So here we go. Let's see, where's this? And I got to, when you're introducing something, you got to find the right.
They're picking on Nick for how he looks.
Yeah.
What's wrong with me? I'm a good-looking guy.
You are. You are a good-looking guy. And I'm a good-looking guy.
You are.
I am.
We're all three good-looking guys.
That's right. We are. And it's Christmas time, and I'm going to buy you a drink.
Wait a minute. Which guy am I in this scenario?
You're the big guy on the left.
John Cusack. Because let's face it, the other two, Mark and I have to be the other two.
That's the other guy here. Where's the other clip that I love from that?
I had fried food again for lunch today. I know, I shouldn't have had it, but I couldn't help myself. You think I lack self-discipline?
You think I lack self-discipline? Yeah.
What movie is
No.
that again?
The Sure Thing, yeah, Sure Thing, yeah. That's one of my all-time favorite movies. Yeah. So, but yeah, Nick had commented on I guess the look of Namor. So I don't know.
Much in Marvel stands.
And then because the Aztec look, I'm not particularly fond of it either.
Terrible.
Yeah.
So I would like Namor to look like he looks in the comics. I mean, you can't get everything, exactly but they're changing the whole backstory of Atlantis. So I guess it's going to be based on Aztec civilization. So Nick made a comment how it looks so good. So everyone's like, well, how can you make a comment the way you look? People got really nasty and they started calling him a racist and all this stuff. And yeah, it was it got nasty, but Nick was just answering everyone back, having fun with it. So
yeah, you don't get Twitter spats unless you want to have to be sitting there for 3 hours answering people. And this is
yeah, he was going back and forth. Yep. Yeah, Dustin said it took me a while to figure out why everyone was so mad, but you didn't have anyone showing up on the Friday Night Comic Talk to attack him, did you, Clobber Times, or in a stream? Friday Night Comics was okay, right? Yeah,
so.
yeah. Yeah, no trolls showed up there, I guess. Yeah. Twitter gonna be Twitter. Yeah, but they were. They were
gonna
really
twit.
Twitter going to
Twit.
Twitter. Yeah, that's why That's why I spent about maybe 3 weeks on it, maybe 4, and then I haven't thought about it since.
If you use it right, it can be very useful. I use it for networking, and there are a lot of fun people, good people on there, and it's fun for, seeing just the geek stuff. If you stay away from the politics crap, but it can be so. I mean, it's just venomous.
It's amazing the ignorance of history that is displayed in political discussion on Twitter, and it was dragging. They keep pulling me back in, so I got out. I stayed out, and I haven't lost a moment of sleep over it. Fortunately, Mark can still message me on the old man's app, Facebook.
Yeah, because you're on Facebook, the other app that doesn't have anything to do with politics, right? Yeah.
Well, but on that
It's easy to filter
you can
out.
avoid it. You can filter.
Yeah, I can avoid it. Yeah, because it doesn't recommend. Mark D with a C is tweeting about this. If I do have friends on there who I've actually sort of muted and they don't know it, where you can mute them for 30 days, and I do that, and I come back, and if they're still talking politics, then I mute them again. And they don't even know it.
The one thing you never want to do is actually unfollow someone on Facebook or unfriend them on Facebook. It's much easier just to mute them, because then if you unfriend them, they get notified. So we had a big kerfluffle years ago with
they get notified.
ad was running. Yeah, or they find out, or when they go to search for you, they
can't
see that you're not friends anymore, whatever it was. But like we had I want to say who it was, because but it was like friends of a friend. Some women got into a political disagreement, and then the friends then they unfriended them on Facebook, and then when the other friend found out, they got really bent out of shape. And it's like safety tip: just mute them or don't follow them, and try not to talk politics if you can. Yep. So Hungry Bird says we're disallowed for not wanting a King or Buscema, Namor now, or Everett. Yeah. Well, who's that guy? Who's that guy? Bill Everett. What's he know about Namor? He doesn't know much, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Well, you should want him to be should have been Aztec. Bill Everett was a total monster.
Yeah. Why did he make him
an
Atlantean?
What a racist, Yeah, for basically creating the look of Namor.
Plus, have you seen that guy? There's a scene like in the trailer, and he's coming out of the water. Now, you can say, well, you're one to talk with your big fat. Yeah, but I'm not playing Namor, okay? This dude is punchy in the back. He looks like he did not get ripped up for this role at all.
Have you ever seen a fat fish? No. Because they're swimming all the time. Yeah. No, I mean,
maybe I should just live in the pool.
You'd come back next week, you'd be trimmer than me.
That's why these people like to say all this shit to Nick, but Nick ain't playing Namor. They won't cast, so we're just saying, we're not saying that the guy doesn't look, is not in good shape compared to us. We're saying don't cast a guy like that, and first of all, don't change everything about him.
All he needs is a fake mole, like in Batman Forever. How's my mole? Never. I'm gonna switch over and read the comments here. I probably missed a ton of comments.
I think the best line in Batman Forever was, that's never going to cure if you don't stop picking.
Yeah. I actually just watched today. I watched The Batman again. The more I watch it, the more I actually like it.
See?
Yeah, it's I understand Clobby's point about the Riddler and the way he looks. The Jim Gordon at first, I was like, and it is a little bit racist because all the bad people are white, and the only good white person is Batman and Alfred, and all the people of color are all the good people. But I have to say, the guy that played Jim Gordon, I really liked him. I like the way when he said, when he's, and I won't spoil anything, but he says, "Just give me a minute, I'll get him to cooperate." And then
I love the actor. Yeah,
look, he goes, "Look, you," and the way he goes, he's like doing this, but he's using his like he's chewing the guy up. He's just like, "You gotta go out that door over there," and the guy did a really good job. I mean, so
he's the guy from the robot Westworld. He's in Westworld. He is in Westworld.
He was also Felix Leiter in the new Daniel Craig Bond films.
I've never seen him before, but the guy played that role. My only complaint about him actually is that he should have been more physical, like in Batman Year One, where because he's a cop, but he's a cop in a dangerous town, so he would have gone through the academy. He would, probably keep up with his training. He'd be a little bit
A
more
little bit
able to
younger,
fight.
yeah.
Yeah, and more
Well,
able to fight.
Miller transformed Jim Gordon for Batman year one before.
Mm-hmm.
He was more of a statesmanly old type of,
He's old. He's always old.
mentorly
Yeah.
type, cop.
With a pipe,
and
a
then
glass of sherry.
right, and then in year one, all of a sudden you got younger Jim Gordon, granted, right, but he's a lot younger, too young to have a Barbara Gordon, by the way, because Miller did that. And there's a scene where he's about to fight this corrupt cop Flash. He goes, he's an ex-Green Beret. It's been a long time since I've had to take out an ex-Green Beret. Still, I figure he deserves a handicap, but he throws him a club,
Yep.
So I'm like, wait a minute. So Jim Gordon's like such a badass.
Yeah.
It'll explain exactly what he is, but that's where it started right there.
Taking out a Green Beret is pretty tough for anybody. I mean, they don't really say what his qualifications are. There probably aren't a lot of cops that can take out a Green Beret,
And he
but
gives
That's the line, I eat Green Berets for breakfast. What movie was that from?
God, any one of a billion movies is somebody's always eating somebody for breakfast.
But I think it's
I think that's what I'm gonna do this week is I'm only gonna speak in movie cliches.
good.
like stand back, I'll handle this. Stand at the printer.
Oh, Dustin, yeah, this on the Unfriended. Yeah, I was wrong. You don't get notified, but the friend found out because I guess she went to see her friend's page, and then it's like, you are not. Would you like to become friends with this person? And then
yeah, that's how you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to
that,
Hey, Apollo's back.
Follow me.
And her front. Oh, no. Yeah.
Hmm?
I said
the pepperoni.
Apollo's back, and then I said and her front. It's the joke out. When people say Steve's back, I say my front too. It's just stupid more jokes I do.
That's okay. You're a dad now. You're allowed to make those stupid jokes. Yeah.
Jim Gordon being like that's one thing. He was better on the animated series. And then it got ridiculous on that stupid show Gotham, where the show was just Gordon.
Yeah, well, they didn't. Well, they had no choice, right? Because if they're not going to have Batman, they're just going to have him as a kid. So yeah, I mean, I did like the show, and the villains were good. The guy that did the Penguin was great.
I bet the villain was 10 years before Batman, though.
I still Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just said, yeah, I agree with you. But once you start watching the show, what else are they gonna, what else are they gonna do?
I watched it for 3 years, dude. So
I still say Luke Evans would have been the perfect Namor.
Yeah, he would have been good. Yeah.
He looks you give him the ears and the upswept eyebrows, he looks just like the guy. And
Luke
if he's, what did I say?
Who said Luke Evans? Who's that? I don't know him.
Mark, can you do the honors?
Yeah, I think I did show him before, but I shall show him again.
You did. Clobby may have been wrenching on somebody else's channel.
Yep.
Clobby, did you ever see Immortals with Henry Cavill?
I did. I got dragged to see it by my lady friend that I call Wonder Woman.
Yeah, he was one of the few good things in it. He was she could drag. Never mind. Anyway,
wasn't that Wonder Woman? It's a different one.
Okay.
That was 2011.
It was a while ago, but it was this is the guy. He would make a great Namor.
It's kind of fat. It's kind of fat though.
I mean, yeah. But I mean, look at the one. Look at any one of his face. Look at the one on the far left of the screen. Not the two guys. Yeah, that one. I mean, give him the pointy ears, the pointy eyebrows. That's Namor right there. Boom.
Agreed.
Job done. And
there's another actor too who was.
They had one job.
Can he act?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
He is. He's very good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He did. You're right. Classic comics. He did play the Bard in The Hobbit. That's right.
Yep. There was also one other guy of Asian descent, I think, that looked really good too, but I can't remember what his name is.
Look at him from the back there. Does that mean the mirror is too wide?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to throw any stones. So,
no, we're not playing. I keep telling you.
Yeah, but he's not ripped.
We're not
he's
playing the damn part.
Yeah. No, he's not uber ripped like some. These guys go through hell now too to be.
I'd love to be in that shape, but I'm saying, Jesus.
Das Wolfen says Luke Evans doesn't check any boxes. I think I know what you mean. I don't think there's any more explanation needed there. Hungry Boy says,
"That's true."
Yeah, that's a 1962.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah. Oh, this guy. He's not even as good a shape as I'm in. Good grief.
And this is the Burn run, which was pretty successful, I think. Well, I bought most of these issues, I think.
Wow.
Did it hit over issue 100? I think, or
Mm-hmm.
I think right. So that was,
Well,
and then
Byrne didn't do it
Namor
all,
was,
no, but that's where he started that run. Yeah.
yeah, but didn't he? Ended up doing over 100 issues, I think, on that
I don't
run.
know if Byrne did that many.
No,
He
no, no.
never-
But I mean, the whole comic. I think
The
it
run did,
lasted for.
yeah.
Yeah,
Byrne
yeah,
never
the
stuck
whole.
with anything that long for ever.
Yeah, yeah. But and they kind of reinvented him almost as like a environmentalist in this comic book, running
It
a
was
corporation.
garbage. I couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
Who is that in the bottom? That Photoshop job in the bottom with the guy holding the trident, right next to the. Go up. You went too far.
Oh, that's Luke Evans. Yeah.
That is Luke Evans. So somebody else other than me thought
Yeah.
that he would be. Yeah, I mean that would have been
Looks
perfect.
It looks
They
like
always
they
mess
have him in sort of the same outfit that from the movie, except with all that headdress crap.
Yeah, they
The trunks are
photoshopped
too
him
big.
on
The
there.
trunks
Yep.
are too big. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be hard to keep a necklace on underwater if it's not like tight against your neck. But yeah,
I
he
like
did.
that. Always like that costume. Yep.
Oh, Apollo is driving through. Oh, what time tomorrow? Oh, wait a minute. No, never mind. Can't meet your for lunch tomorrow. I got something else going on, unfortunately. Something bad I got going on tomorrow. Apollo me, but we'll make this happen.
I remember this comic book. That was
Well,
Namor was a young kid.
I was about to say
2000.
something else about him.
Yeah, it was Namor as a young kid, and I think somehow they had to meet Sue Storm. You know, it's been 20 years since I read the comic, but I think it was a one shot. I can't remember if it was a one shot.
Looks like garbage.
Hey, we got Courtney here.
Courtney!
Hail Courtney.
Hey, Courtney. Whoop, we had her.
That's Courtney.
There she is.
What
She's covered up by
somebody said?
Apollo's.
She'll be back. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Well-
Nick got in trouble for commenting on one of these pictures. Everyone went crazy. Yeah. Yeah. This is with another. Come on, Sue. Don't leave Mr. Fantastic. I think that was at it. Was that? Yeah, that was that series. That was the number one, and they had him as a young guy meeting Sue. It was.
I'm so,
Yeah, these are
so
those
sick of
comics
writers
in
who
the
do that
deep.
shit with
Yeah,
Sue.
in the deep. Yep. That's what that series was. Yep.
One thing that I always thought was kind of cool that they're not going to do, especially now, is having Steve Rogers having known him 70 years ago. You know that.
because of the invaders, yeah.
Yeah, the invaders, and as Namor said, you know, in the Fantastic Four once, time passes more slowly in Atlantis. So he could have been, like a teenager or a young man, and then now, have him be an older man, and then still, like bump into Steve Rogers, and almost 100 years later. There are some
That'd
really
be
cool
cool, yeah.
story, some real cool story possibilities there, but they'll never do it. They're going to make this
Yeah, in this universe,
this will be all
invaders.
political.
You know what else is bad about this stupid movie? Just forget about Namor for a second. They've decided it looks like that henceforth in these films, T'Challa's dead. They're gonna have some kind of CG scene with him in it, Chadwick Boseman. And
That's the rumor,
his
yeah.
sister's gonna become Black Panther, and they're gonna T'Challa's gonna be dead, not recast him. He's dead. So you can make Superman movies. I love Christopher Reeve. Were you supposed to say after he passes, you can't make a movie with someone playing Superman, or you can't have someone else play Batman if an actor passes, or Captain America, or anyone else? Why are you doing this?
There's going to be backlash over that too. It's the black guy dies first, which is a thing. We've all seen a lot of movies where Jurassic Park, the black guy dies first. Or no, the lawyer may have died first. I'm not sure on that one.
The lawyer got eaten. Yeah.
The lawyer get eaten first.
Yeah.
Mr.
Lawyers deserve to die first. No, just kidding. Just kidding. All my friends.
No,
are lawyers.
No,
Yeah.
Nedry died first.
That is
Jurassic
true.
Park. But anyway, so there's gonna be a backlash of this because they're gonna say, "Oh, the black guy had to die first."
Well, what they did.
Yeah, they don't care. He's still a man, so he needs to die. Cool.
But what was unfortunate was I think in the Chadwick Boseman tragic, he died cancer, so F cancer. It's
So
taken too
young,
many
yeah.
people I know, and sure
Yeah.
everyone out there, it's so, and people started to make fun of the way he was looking because he was looking so skinny, and obviously he was very ill at that point. And they were saying what's wrong with him, and they made some people made some crass jokes.
they really? Wow.
Surprise on the internet.
Damn.
Yeah, and said some really untoward things to him, and so F those people. But yeah, he had a great presence. I loved him as T'Challa. I didn't like the Black Panther movie. I like Civil War, but he was always fantastic. He was always great in the, he was always a great actor, phenomenal presence. I loved him in the role, and I think
don't make the character die.
No, but I think what they did was to respect him. They thought they were doing something that was, that everyone thought was, at the heat of the moment, or in that reaction, like let's retire him as Black Panther. He's so fantastic, kind of like, retiring the jersey or a number. Not obviously the actor passed away in real life, which is horrible. Not trying to compare it to the same thing, but it just let's have him have that role forever. But the sad thing is, we never got any of those fantastic Black Panther stories that you could have for years and years and years to come. So I think that they kind of reacted and said, we're never going to recast him. We're honoring Chadwick Boseman. He's forever Black Panther. But by doing that, unfortunately, they're shutting down an avenue for some great stories. And I've read the whole run with Black Panther. Shuri is Black Panther. You know me, I buy everything. So, I have all those new those new comics, and some of them are good, some of them are bad, obviously. But Shuri is Black Panther. Hi, Courtney. Oh, we both
I was like, that was not my computer then.
Sorry.
Hi, everybody.
We don't like you. Yeah,
Courtney.
I thought I didn't think you saw it. I'm sorry. It's a habit.
Okay,
Dude. I'm always interfering in your show.
No, I always appreciate all the help. I need all the help I can get. What are you kidding?
Yeah, right. I know you're annoyed.
Hi, Colby. Hi, Mark.
Hi. Do I ever get annoyed? Come on.
And hello to everyone in the chat.
Welcome to the Clobber Times for the Ski Show.
Cheekbones. It's funny. I dropped a couple pounds with whatever's been going on, and people are commenting on my cheekbones so much now because I lose weight and gain weight in my face a lot. So
if I had those cheekbones, I'd be in Hollywood right now.
Well, thank you.
But I have no cheekbones.
I wish. I don't wish I was in Hollywood.
No one
actually,
can see.
too much pressure.
It'd be weird if you had your cheekbones. What would you use? I mean,
a transplant, right? Yeah. Well, she's got enough. I had a.
You're like Thor. Come on, you're already Hollywood all the way.
Not right now. I got really out of shape because for the last 3, I was working out and I was getting there, and then Maddie kept bringing home illnesses all the time. I mean, hand, foot, and mouth disease.
Ooh, I have a friend who got that from her kid. Yeah.
So I just laid around and felt sorry for myself and had comfort food. So I have to get back to it.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, but the cheekbones are. I had a friend when I was really working out. My best training partner ever was a woman from Mexico, who weight training is not a big thing in Mexico, and she was, let's say, she liked her tortillas, and then we started working out. And one day she comes to me and says, "Muñeco, I have cheekbones," because she lost so much weight in her face. Well, muñeco is what she called me. For those of you who don't speak Spanish, it's Mexican. It means like a Southerner will call you honey. Like, what do you have, hun? That kind of.
Okay.
I still say stuff like that. I call people sweetie. I say hun. I don't know. That's like an East Coast thing, I think, a lot.
I call my daughter Bunny, but don't tell anybody that.
Oh, I call my one niece Peaches, and everyone's like, that sounds like a stripper name. I'm like, no, it's not. We called her that she was a baby. I have, at least, because my brother used to call her Potato, and I was like, she's not a potato. Think of something sweet, like Peaches.
Potato is like calling somebody fat,
That's what I was like, she's not a potato.
Courtney, happy Daughter's Day to you.
Thank you. My parents obviously don't know about it, or they don't love me. I know that's not the case. I haven't been wished happy Daughter's Day.
I think last year was the first year it's been a thing. So,
hey, Shadow Star.
Hey, and hey, hungry to see who is he today? Johnny Storm, be funny again. Hi, Das Wolfen. And I saw that. I think Creepy Little Book. Pete was in here earlier.
Yep,
Hi,
he was
Pete.
here too.
Still there? And anyone else I'm missing? I'll see as we go.
Yep. But yeah, this is an interesting. Namor, I guess, was 2016 when they got the rights back, and it was held by Universal. So I think the Hulk is actually still got some rights to the Hulk, Universal in movies. I think if there's a solo Hulk movie, there's all these character rights get pretty complicated and crazy. But yeah, that's when he came back, and that's I think one of the first on the panel here. The Hulk. I don't go for all that flowery talk, but I hate humans too. Yeah.
You know, people forget that both of these guys started as villains. You know, the Hulk was a villain. He was going to kill. Clobby, was it the second issue where he was going to kill Rick Jones simply because Rick Jones knew who he was, and then the Sun came up. Yeah,
he was smart too. Yeah,
yeah, smarter.
More like a Mr. Hyde type. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's basically where they stole it from. So that's why when we were talking about art and color and Hungry Boy can chime in here if he feels like it. There are certain classic color schemes that are used for villains in green, black, and purple. If you look at Disney, if you look at comic books, and we had talked about on Clobby's channel that green and purple are used a lot for everybody from the Green Goblin to Lex Luthor and the Hulk. The Hulk was green. You know, when Stan Lee says it was originally going to be gray and the grays didn't come out evenly from.
He was
from
gray in the first comment.
He was, yeah. But he said, so I just said, oh, what color they're not using green? I don't think so. I think Jack Kirby said, hey, let's use the traditional green and purple color palette. And again, if for the pants, right? Yeah. Yeah, if people think I'm reaching for that, just look at the Green Goblin and Lex Luthor and the Lizard, green, purple pants, green.
True.
Who Clobby could probably name off Brainiac was green.
Oh my God, there's so many of them. I mean, was it like in the beginning, that last episode of that Fox Spider-Man cartoon, which was a good show, but that was really gotten bad. That last one, Stan Lee is in it, and as soon as Spider-Man walks into his office because he's on the earth that Stan Lee exists, he's on the phone going, "So I said to Jack, why don't we make him green?" I wanted to punch someone.
Yeah, sure you did, Stan. Yeah. So I said to God, there should be light.
Yes.
Well, it makes sense too with the palette because you got 4 colors when you're mixing comics, so that's why you had so many redheads in comics too. I think so with the the 4-ink process. So, and of course the printing wasn't that great back then either. So we grew up with that newsprint, which is fine for us old fogies, but I think that's why you saw those color schemes and make them pop even more. So
right,
and it was
and back to, because I'm reading the comments here. Also, Namor's pants were green, which was a villain color, whereas you had Captain America, Superman had the basically red, white, and blue, Wonder Woman, et cetera, or blue, because blue is a color that makes us feel calm and makes you like people, like the Fantastic Four.
Squirrels are green.
Hail to Kal-El and welcome, sir.
Kal-El.
And also,
Masters Maniac Mexico.
Bienvenido, Masters. Yeah.
Bienvenido,
señor. ¿Cómo está usted hoy?
Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Yep.
Yeah. So that's my thing about how the Hulk was started as a bad guy, and that's why he was green and his pants were purple, despite what Stan Lee said. So that's
Impossible Man's another. Yeah, the purple.
And he's not really a villain, but he's an annoyance.
Yeah.
Oh, the Impossible Man. Yeah, that's a good point.
Good one. Yep.
Who else? What other villains were green or green and purple? We go to Disney, there's like everybody from Ursula to, although they did change
the Purple Man.
The Purple Man. Yeah, good point.
Hey, Phantom.
Toad.
Yeah.
The Abomination.
Rags, Classic Comics says, yep. Good, another one, yep.
The Lizard.
The Lizard. Yeah, I mentioned the Lizard. He also had the purple pants. Yeah.
Yeah, Vulture. Doc Ock wears green. Mysterio wears green.
Yep. Green, purple, and black are generally the villains' colors.
Once in a while you have a hero, but the Vision or whatever, but wears green.
Yeah. So sometimes I think they did that to.
Remember, he started as a villain though.
Very.
Started as
red was easy. Green was very hard. Gray was messed up, which is why we use zip tone for gray. I'm sorry, what was that, Clobby?
What is Zipatone?
The Vision started as green, but yeah, Zipatone. Go ahead, tell me what that is.
What is that? I always ask questions. That.
Oh, that's good. Good one. Yeah, I don't know what it is actually, so I'll defer to the artist.
The artist in the chat. Can you tell me what Zipatone is? Or I can look it up.
Hungry Boy
George
can.
Perez used to use that, but Hungry Boy can explain it better than I can.
Oh, and Terry Austin used it all the time.
Yeah, he uses Zipatone big time. Go for it, Hungry.
I know what it is, but Hungry will be
I've always
better.
wondered exactly what it was myself. I just hear about it all the time. I can tell you who drew a lot of things, but I don't know things about actual things about art. Just I can spot styles.
That's a very
inking.
interesting. That's very interesting to me. How people who are not artists and can't really articulate it, but yet can say that's George Perez and that's Jose Luis Garcia Lopez and that's John.
Or sometimes I
Byrne.
go, that's Perez inked by so and so, or that's
Byrne
inked by so and so.
That's very impressive. So clearly, you are observing a lot, but you haven't put together how it is that you know that is so and so, that is so and so who inked or whatever. Because it's, to me, art is, people think it's this magical ability where you're born being able to draw, which in my opinion, that is not it at all. I think it's that you practice, and as you practice, your brain starts observing things and making these little, these little connections.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There are certain things like if you look at George Perez's, specifically the legs, he makes the vastus medialis, that little teardrop that's on the inside of the thigh, right above the knee. He makes those really small, and it makes the femur erectus, the center goes down the center of the knee, really, really big. And wow. It's not anatomically correct, although he's George Perez, he's a great artist. So, but people get these like Gil Kane always did the long abs. Generally gave people an 8-pack. So everybody has their kind of stuff that they. Rob Liefeld gives men boobs. I mean, it's so everybody's got their style, but an artist, as an artist, I can articulate why that is. But I've always wondered how people like Klobby who do not draw, how do they know? I mean, clearly they know, because clearly Klobby knows, and I assume that Mark does.
He always says he doesn't know anything, but he knows a lot.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because that's not possible.
I can tell the difference in not so well in comics. I can, because more of the style or whatnot, but just art in general. Saying like I took history of art a couple of times in college, and
right. So
I can tell by textures and you know what I mean. The way there's just different. It's all different stylistic differences, really, that pop out about certain. Well, most artists, unless they're just kind of following some sort of with the tracing.
Some of them are really easy, like Van
Gogh's easy.
Jackson Pollock, really easy.
Yes,
For those of you who don't know, and you might all know this, they call him Jack the Dripper. Yeah,
the Dripper.
Drip the paint. Yeah.
So I understand. I just wanted to address Hungry. I'll just call him Hungry tonight. I understand what he's saying now, and that's very cool. That's how they did the gray.
Yeah, you could get that at art supply stores. Yeah, and just.
When it comes to comics, I can tell you who drew something, usually which penciler, classic penciler, but also sometimes I can tell who inked it, which is kind of a different story, but you can go, wow. How depends on, I could tell when Tom Palmer inked. Tom Palmer is unmistakable. His ink's on something, good or bad. A couple other ones from Vince Galetta. Oh my God, Jack Abel, who'll be another one. And other good inkers though too, like Terry Austin. Joe's Rubenstein, Klaus Janson, some of those guys Rudy Nebres, these guys overpower their penciler a lot of times.
Yeah.
And so,
there's a certain inker that you guys all like and I don't, that I won't mention, but to me he overpowers and turns it into his artwork. But a lot of people do.
He
Terry
does
Austin,
actually.
You can actually. Oh, got ringing in my ear. Terry Austin probably could be accused of that in a way. But you could still tell that it's I don't know. He's if there's ever an inker who could claim to be an embellisher, I would say it would be Terry Austin, because I've never seen him make anybody's work look worse.
Marie Severin and John Severin too, though.
I love Marie Severin's Hulk work. There's
Lex
there's Mark.
Luthor.
Purple and green.
Perlin. The job of inker was created out of necessity. It wasn't even, they had deadlines, and they had only so many people to do art. Usually, early on in the business, the pencilers did everything. There was no such thing as an inker. Then eventually said, "Look, guy can draw this on a pencil, and we can get it to a guy to ink it. He could do another pencil project.
I just learned that not too long ago. That I never knew that there were different people that did like the pencil, the inking, like coloring and stuff like that, and even the print stuff like that. I just learned that not too long ago.
In the 70s, 60s, and 70s, and 80s, there were a couple of different guys, quote unquote, who had their own little I won't say sweatshops. Yeah, there were some sweatshops where they would farm out to some of the big companies, and it would say like so and so inked it. Well, he inked it with a couple other guys doing it with him. And sometimes you'll see, like, if you ever see inking like D hands, for example, on an old comic, that means diverse hands. That means about 3 or 4 different people. Or the Crusty Bunkers, that was Neil Adams, his little group. Neil Adams, the guy who told Frank Miller he had no talent.
I was looking. I thought I would have a pencil here somewhere, but I think Tiny Little Hands walked off with it because she looked. Anytime she sees, she's 2. By the way, I'm very proud of the fact she holds a pencil like this, not like most 2-year-olds do. But every time she sees something to write with, she goes homework, and then she'll write one. She'll write on me sometimes. But anyway,
an artist. Yeah.
She could be
or a tattoo artist if she's writing on you.
Bite your tongue. She may be a musician.
I've got tattoos. I'm not a bad girl, so I got good grades and everything.
I'm older than dirt, so to me, I think of tattoos. When I was a kid, the only people that had them were prostitutes and sailors and bikers. So that kind of stuck with me because
I'm none of those, but my dad was a biker.
That's why they call me Thor. That's why they call me Thor, not because I look like him, but because I'm 5,000 years old.
I was going to say because
your dad was a biker.
No, I was going to say you're like big. I was trying to make like the big.
No, not anymore. It's kind of all gone now. But anyway, but I was going to try and draw like Don Heck, for example. There are certain things that certain artists did. Like Don Heck would fill a screen with just a hand, and then he would do the what do you call that? Like exploding bubble. I forget what the term for it is. Hungry Boy will know. Clobby will know. But he always drew it. It didn't go out equally on all sides. He drew it like very right-handed, so all the lines went one way. If you know what I'm talking about. Like if you would do Iron Man, you would just the palm there, and then the kind of rays coming out, but they would all be sort of biased in one direction. So there are certain things that you get to, or like who's the guy that did Batman for Jim Aparo? Jim Aparo always did.
Loved Aparo, yeah.
He always, but the thing that bugged me about him was the way he did eyebrows. He always did these really protruding, really thin eyebrows. Other than that, or like Sal Buscema. Am I pronouncing it right?
Buscema.
Buscema. Is that Polish or something, or some sort of Slavic?
Sounds Italian.
I don't know.
Italian?
I think it's Italian. No.
We used to always say Buscema, and then they did when he actually appeared in a Nova comic that he drew. He pronounced it for Nova. He said Buscema.
Oh, okay. Although people mispronounce names all the time from their homeland, and they don't, yeah. So, but anyway, Sal,
our pal Sal,
Sal. Great layout artist. When he draws characters, they're really very clear.
Cartoonist too.
Yeah, I mean the lines of action are great. The you never have a question about what. It's always very clear. It's just the way he finishes it. He always does certain things, like he always draws that line of spit from the upper to the lower, anytime he's
great
shouting,
at action, though.
He always, but he is great at action. Yeah, that
he's
was
a
my point.
Storyteller. He is a cartoonist first and foremost. He's not flashy.
Right.
Now, Steve, it's fine. You can talk about comic book art. I remember back in the early 80s. Excuse me, there.
Apparently, Hungry Boy says that
I saw that.
It would be in that case, it would be Buscema if it's Italian.
Well, I was thinking of like Steve Buscemi, the actor.
Buscemi,
which just with the eye. Right. That's what made me think. And like Sal definitely sounds Italian.
Or a lot of times what they'll do,
Salvatore.
John, so.
That's a good point. So it could be Salvatore. John. My grandfather was John, though, and he was John Pompa. So
his brother's John.
I call myself an honorary Italian because my step family was Italian, so I was raised. But I'm definitely I definitely never was able to get a tan. So.
Well, Mark and I are both part Italian.
Yeah. But of course, what I was going to say too, they changed your name a lot too when you came to this country. So if you had a long Italian name, so Hungry Boy is saying that he said he was Italian, and I'm checking now. Of course, wouldn't surprise me too with names like that. Initially said I didn't think he was, but yeah,
Maybe
who the
that's
heck?
his name,
But a lot of times they'll change. Yeah, they'll change. I was born in Brooklyn from Sicilian parents, immigrant from Pozzallo Ragusa. Oh, there you go. So in Sicily, Sicilians speak actually a totally different form of Italian.
and
So
they don't consider themselves
you can't
Italian.
you
They
can't
consider themselves Sicilian.
yeah, you
Yeah, the
can't
family I was
speak the
raised by was
language. It's
Calabria up north.
yeah. So my grandmother would yell at my grandfather's like when they had a fight, like "Get back to the heel of Italy where you belong." You know?
Hey, that's where my people are from.
So
Actually,
That's a good point, Hungry Boy. Sal was a really good anchor.
I wanted to just make one more comment on what Hungry Boy said about the carnies. In the 70s, carnies had tattoos, because I've always made a joke about how I wished that that still existed, because since I can't work how I normally used to work or whatever, I'm like, I could just get covered in tattoos and just go be like a carny, like the tattooed woman.
yeah,
not anymore. You just be like every third person on the street these days.
I know. I can't stand that, to be honest, because that was after me. I call them overnight sleevers. People that all of a sudden have like a full, it's like all, that's not how we.
There's some classic John Buscema cover right there.
That's fun. It's funny. Now that I look at that, he and Sal did kind of do a lot of similar
They were
poses.
brothers, and they were just like, well, that's just like Marie and John Severin were brother and sister, and their art was very similar.
Yeah.
It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah. Hungry Boy, to your point, I never liked him as how Clavi says Burns shouldn't ink himself.
Boy, should not ink himself.
And I think the same thing about Sal, because Sal's posing was very good. His action poses were great.
Right.
They were very dynamic. They were very.
He never really inked himself, though. He inked other people.
Oh, he inked himself. He inked himself a bit.
A little bit, maybe, but
didn't I think he inked himself? Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm thinking when he took over for on Thor after when Simonson was still writing. I believe he penciled and inked himself. Hungry Boy might know off the top of, or Phantom if he's still in the chat, because I'm not really looking at the chat that much.
I'm not saying never, but he started out as an inker, and I'm sure there were times he did, but I mean,
so there's
not like Byrne, who did it so he could get paid to be an inker, get paid for all 3 jobs.
So there's actually can I relate this to animation to Disney for a second, or is that going too far afield? Mark, you're the
no. That's what I was just about to say. Though this is one of my favorite all-time covers, and
it's
real happy, and I was real happy to get that in my collection too. That was
it is a great cover.
What year is that?
Oh,
late 70s, 4, 5,
2, 3, somewhere ballpark. I can't give the exact year, but
you can really see actually Kirby influence in this too, especially in the background. But anyway,
classic.
So talking about inking and people who can pencil but shouldn't ink themselves, or shouldn't because I love Sal. One day I was looking at Sal's work and I said, I love his poses. His poses are really good. They're clear, which is probably the most important thing. They're very action packed. He has what's called a good line of action. And this reminded me of so in animation you draw as fast as you can when you're doing traditional animation. And the reason is the slower you draw, the more tight everything becomes. You
68.
You stop being.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll say if you draw fast in animation, you become very expressive. But the slower you draw, the more the less expressive you become. And Walt Disney had an animator way back in the 20s. Who was better than everybody else. All of his poses were so just fantastic. They were very expressive. And Walt came to him one day and said, "How do you do this? Why is your stuff so much more dynamic than everybody else's?" And he said, "Well, I have to confess something, Walt. I can't draw, but I can draw the poses. So I draw them as fast as I can, so that I'll have time to hand them over to this college kid who I'm paying, a penny a page, to go back and make him look pretty." And Walt said, "Wow, so drawing fast is why your stuff is so expressive. It's why it's this, as opposed to, this." And Walt said, "That's how we're going to do it from now on." And that's how the whole process changed to where you have an animator and then a cleanup artist. And I think there's some crossover to this. There are people who do great poses and great action, great layouts. And if I'm using any words that non-artists are not familiar with, you probably are all hip to this. But if you're not, let me know, or let Klobby know. Hungry Boy know. But their finished work is not. And I agree with Hungry Boy. I'm not a fan of Saul's finished work. I'm a fan of his rough pencils. If he just had maybe his brother or somebody else to finish them for him. His anatomy was
he was inked by somebody.
Yeah, I mean, think about those of you who know him. Think about any of his drawings of the Hulk walking towards the camera, and you'll see what I mean. I mean, feet were always planted wide. He had this gap in the toes thing, and he always had like one fist back here. It doesn't look the same as when I do it as when the Hulk does it, but his poses were great. It's just
Das Wolfen is heading out. Sorry to interrupt, Steve, but
that's okay. I'm talking.
Das Wolfen's calling it. No, you're not talking too much. But have a good night, Das Wolfen. Have a great week. Yep, appreciate you stopping by and dropping a like and hanging with us for a few minutes. So take care. Yep. And so Silver Surfer number 4. Yeah, I was checking that Mike's Amazing
68.
World. Yeah, it was released in 68, cover date 69. But so I could have bought it as a. It was November.
You
were in diapers. Yeah, you were in diapers.
That's why I was joking. I said, "God, that's a really old comic if it was released in 1968." But that was one of the ones I was really happy to buy, get a copy of. Then I wanted to get a whole run of that original Surfer. One was 1 through 16, but that number 1 is just skyrocketed in prices in the last few years. I could have bought it for like a decent copy for a couple $100, maybe 5-10 years ago, and I didn't. And I was like, oh, should have bought that. But now all these comics are going up in value. Oh God. But
you're a decade older than me.
I guess, yeah. I never ask a woman her age. I'm not, I've learned that. Yeah, don't ask.
I'm old. I feel like, but I'm a 78 baby. So
that would make okay. Well, I'm not.
That's my sister was born. My sister was born in 78. Yep. So we're 10 years apart. Yep. And you never ask if a lady is pregnant either. Those are the two things. You never do. Yeah.
I knew somebody that was asked that, and they were not.
Yeah.
I worked at a French restaurant on Airline Highway, Klobby, called Chez Paris, and remember that. And one of the other waiters asked the lady when it was due, and she said, "When is what due?"
The dough in your stomach.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Oops.
Yep. So,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's okay if a kid does it, they can get like a 2-year-old does it or a 4-year. They can kind of get away with it. But when it's adult that does it, yeah.
Oh, kids are brutal. I remember my youngest brother, who he's only 26 now. There's a big difference, but he told me, he said when I used to be a smoker, my teeth are not so yellow anymore. But he was like, Courtney, your teeth are yellow. I was like, well, thank you for the compliment.
Wow.
Just say it.
Oh,
hey, Matthew.
Silver tongue devil. Hey, Matthew. Welcome, sir.
Oh, hi. Hello.
So scroll back.
What you got here, Klobby? Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to show you here. You have this, of course, a great Dave Cockrum cover. One of my. I remember buying this off the rack. This Hulk issue here, and
Valkyrie. Yep.
Look, we got $6 million man.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
wait, but before you go on, can you scroll all the way to the top again? Klobby, who did the art in the upper left hand corner? That drawing of the Hulk.
The corner drawer of the Hulk.
Yeah.
Oh, I would probably say it was I think it was Sal and Ernie Chua. Chan. But
remember what I was a minute ago when I was talking about when the Hulk is coming at you. And he's got the twist in the pose, the contrapposto, the wide stance, which you really couldn't walk that way, but it makes him look so intimidating. And Sal did certain things, like he made the head really small, the hands really big, and the pecs, the chest really small compared to the shoulders and the arms. but his posing was great. So anyway, that was my.
What does the Hulk need to do to look intimidating? Right? He's just
Well-
pretty much intimidating on his own, right?
Yeah, but
I
you
don't know.
but
He's wearing purple pants.
you always
so-
want to. Yeah.
Always.
You can go tell him that for me.
Well, you could definitely make him look unimposing. You could have him be sitting on the sidewalk eating a Hostess fruit pie or something.
Yeah.
That he just killed a street gang.
Yeah.
Cockrum Hulk is fab. He did not have the Hostess. Look at that. I was just talking about that. Yeah. So anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Klobby. You were going to make a point when you were scrolling down.
Well, this is one of my favorite Sal stories here. Works here, and like we were saying, he's better when I never was a big Joe Staten fan as a penciler. I think Joe Staten compliments Sal on this comic, made it look really good and dynamic. Along against the Defenders.
Yeah.
It's muddy, but this is an old newsprint.
But who's that character with the sword there?
The real Valkyrie.
Yeah. But this is like to my point.
He's so dynamic, though.
He like his look at the Hulk smashing the ground.
Hulk is glad.
I don't like what he does, where he always brings the corners of the mouth way low, and he puts a million wrinkles in the forehead, but like the punches and stuff, and this is actually not even his best work, I would say.
No.
But yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Klobby.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, but
wait, go back up to see how much the books cost.
Oh,
Scroll back up a little. Sorry, I'm a pain. But yeah.
Subscription.
Oh no, that's
about the
that
wrinkles.
that's
Just
not
really
the
quickly from a person that doesn't know a lot about this. I kind of think that the way the mouth is and the wrinkles, it makes him look more like
well,
it shows more of that angry emotion.
It does, but he overdoes it. Like he'll put it on everybody.
Remember that newsprint made it look really muddy too. I mean, it was been recolored and stuff later. Some of the stuff, but but, that's what call them 4-color comics. They didn't have all that kind of printing that they have today.
There's a great one. They were going through the tunnel.
Yes.
Look
That's
at the eyes there.
Yeah. And he I forgot how much he did of the the character coming in from the side of the panel to try and he was trying to create depth. And it kind of worked,
This was in context. This was after Jarella, his love from the micro dimension, had been killed, and his woman.
Yep.
And he went back.
Right, yeah.
And he didn't really understand. He wanted Doctor Strange to try to bring her back to life, and didn't understand. And he went berserk. The Defenders showed up, and then we bought some T-shirts from Marvel, and some belt buckles.
Yeah,
I wish.
Yeah, this is he got better later than this. This is a little bit earlier, but yeah.
What?
I was just asking you to go back up to that previous page. I just wanted to see.
Oh, the ads are fun to look at.
The ads are great. Yeah.
Charles Atlas.
I'm gonna look like that in 7 days, so we'll see what happens next week.
And Atlas body in 7 days.
Charles Atlas, who was also an Italian immigrant. His name was something Siciliano.
Okay. Yes, a Masters Maniac Mexico. Never ask a woman her age or say, "Are you pregnant?"
I don't mind being asked my age. That's not like I don't know.
Well,
I usually tell people
that's because you look fabulous.
I used to have my younger students used to think they believed me when I said I was 100. I said I'm 100 years old.
Yeah, to Klobby and me, you're a kid.
That's true.
Who's the red?
That's Red Guardian.
Red Guardian. Oh, that's
female
the female
version.
Red Guardian, right? Yeah.
I didn't like this Valkyrie outfit as much as her.
No, that's not good. That outfit with the
I still love her. I love her.
It looks very disco.
I like her.
I love her. I remember also. Remember Steve? Remember when at the bottom of some of the Marvel comics, at the bottom of a page, that's Marvel's Greatest Comics number 66, the Fantastic Four trapped in the group. Like tell you other comics coming out.
Yep. Yeah. I love that they personalize. One thing I always liked about Marvel. Boy, there's a good shot. But one thing I always liked about Marvel over DC was DC always had the same exact thing. Story will continue after second page following, and they stamped it on the bottom
they did
of
a lot.
Whereas one thing I have to give Stan Lee credit for is like he would talk to you He may call you true believer or something, like that. But, in the letters pages, it'd be like, hey, Mikey, great point. You really caught us there, whereas DC would put, Ed note C, issue number this, page panel that. Anyway, but yeah. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So.
There's the.
Look at that.
What? The letters page?
Yeah, with the addresses. Can you imagine if you did that today?
Yeah. Ooh, I'm doxing these people. I had one printed. I had a letter printed in the Hulk issue.
Yeah, I remember. You told us that.
Yeah, there we go.
Grab bag.
Suspicion. Look at that. They're all mailed flat. No, they are. Well, they may be mailed flat.
They were mailed flat. Yeah.
Yeah, they're mailed flat. All right. I should show my. They don't arrive flat.
I should show my backing boards that I have.
You know how they used to mail these things? Yeah, we talked about this. In a brown thing just wrapped around the comic. Like a brown bag type, but for lack of a better term.
Then later on, they had a plastic bag.
I thought you were Frank's bag.
And then they had a really flimsy backing board. I have a stack of them downstairs. I should have left them in the book, and put a real backing board there. I have of course, never throw anything out, so I have 500 backing boards that should go back with the comics, that they came with. And they had some really cool graphics on them too. Of course, I better be careful. My addresses, old addresses on there. Yep.
Foom. I had some issues of Foom.
Lady and gentlemen, I'm going to duck out for a second and check on my little lady.
Sure, yeah.
There's some Star Trek stuff for you, Marco.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, wowzers. Full color posters. Yep. And they're also cheap too. That's why there's no time travel, right? I would
go back
in time to buy everything.
Who's selling it? Lincoln Enterprises,
right? Yeah.
Now,
did he have the rights to? I guess obviously he did have the rights to. Yeah, he had the rights, right?
He had a deal with Paramount. Like I said, we ordered a bunch of stuff, dude. This was many years after this comic came out, mind you. This is probably about 6-7 years after this comic came out, but he was still selling stuff. We ordered. Let me see here. We sold some of these. He had some of these posters.
Those look great. Yeah, actually, it wasn't me, Masters Make Mexico. I'm asking for a friend. No, ask if someone is pregnant. It was a friend who did it with another person. When's your baby due? It's like, what baby? Oh, never mind. And then the person got really pissed.
Yeah. Poor old Hulk. He was just so overtaken with grief that he just finally realized that the Defenders are his friends, and he helped them. And then, he just Doctor Strange tried to bring her back for him,
and he opened up the whole of the universe and it came crashing in. No,
yeah,
issue. I mean, he that lingered with the Hulk for a long time because I was reading it. I remember in issue 217, which is one of my favorite Hulk issues, and he's actually befriends people in a carnival. We were speaking of carnivals and circuses before, and he's still mourning Jarella. But a year they mention her, year and plus later. So it's really good writing, and it was add another dimension to the Hulk. It was just wasn't Hulk smash, so it was good stuff. Yeah,
he's going nuts, and because he tried to save it, and there he is. Just he finally realizes. Because I remember as a kid, I was really sad by this. Jarrella's dead, really dead. Yes, my friend. And then there's Valkyrie consoling. Look at him crying, poor old Hulk.
It is sad.
I wanted to cry when I read this comic. I cried as a kid. I was like, oh man, because he didn't understand it. They said, just where we go, Hulk does not know, magician. And Hulk does not care if Jarella is truly gone. If Hulk has lost forever, the one Hulk loves, then nothing really matters anymore.
Hulk had a big old butt.
Poor old Hulk.
He didn't skip leg day.
I had to, sorry.
These ads. Oh, man, I wanted this toy. I
Which
wanted
was
this toy
this
so
one?
bad. This was the guns that shoot the...
Oh yeah.
Parachute Spidey and Captain America.
Yeah, I remember those. Yep. I remember those. Yep.
Oh shit!
Wouldn't sell those today. That's for sure.
Yes, sir.
It's
There's
a
monogram
Liberator.
kits.
Yeah.
Evil Knievel had that.
Oh,
many
Evil
times.
Knievel. Ooh, look at all
that's
those vehicles.
Cool.
Oh, is it Aurora? Or is that miniature?
I
It's a
deal to
chopper.
these.
Oh,
I had this
Oh, nice.
toy so many times. Well, these are the miniatures, actually.
Yeah,
We
those
had
are
the big
like
ones.
Matchbox cars, probably, right?
Oh, yeah. That's the miniatures, yeah. I'm sure I had those too, but we had the,
Oh, you got a
Anyway.
question here. Klobby, approximately what year did comics shops start offering the bags and boards for comics like they do now?
Wow, I couldn't pin it down to a year. I'm going to have to say it really, obviously bags started fairly early on. We had comic bags when they were around when I
In the
started.
70s, you think so? Or
yeah, oh yeah, it was
70s?
in the 70s at some point. Comic book bags, right?
Okay,
And I
yeah.
remember because I bagged up. I was about to say bagged and boarded as a habit, but I bagged over 100-something thousand comics that we had. I was cataloging and all that other stuff at the shop in like 81, 82 for Southland Comics that I was running for somebody else. That wasn't the one I owned later. But when it comes to boards, I wish I could pin it down. Boards, I'm going to say, was closer to into the late 80s or possibly into the early 90s. But I can't really nail it down exactly with the boards. Bags were around for a good while, but they weren't the greatest. They kept changing the Mylar bags and different types of style bags and stuff. But yeah.
Well, in the 70s, my first comics, I tried to find bags. Of course, this is no internet, no internet, and you're a kid. And I finally found some bags that were like, I guess mom had them or someone had them that were like oversized, but I folded the side over and then the top over, and I'm sure they weren't good for my comics. But for years, I was finding like a few, and that's how I knew they were original comics to my collection too, because you had like your first 200 comics as a kid or whatever, and I tried to bag them, and I was getting those the backboards on the Marvel comics in the early 90s, I think. What year was that? Probably.
Now, it could have been some around before that, but
or late 80s. So maybe that. Yeah. So
it
that's
feels like the 90s ish. But yeah. And again, because we had one thing I can remember is having to add the board when and change the bags and stuff when people started doing more boarded comics and stuff.
Boards came later.
Yeah, and boards, and you have to change out the bags. Bags were at that time were not as good in some cases.
Oh, yeah, they would turn yellow and.
Oh yeah, I had a lot of them that yellowed up. I changed my bags and boards for stuff. So, yeah. So again, I'm ballparking it. I don't know exactly.
Well, I'm using the Google verses, but I'm goggling, as Johnny would say. But
goggling it.
Goggling.
Yeah, goggling.
Did you finish Cobra Kai, by the way?
Oh, I just finished it tonight. Yeah, so we'll talk about that for a few minutes. Yeah.
Can I ask a question? The next comment from Phantom Outsider, he says, "Who else had a Foom subscription? Is that is that a joke or is that what is that?
No,
which subscription?
Foom.
Go to the next comment. So
I wish I had a subscription to it. I do have a couple of issues of it though.
Oh, that was a
it was a Marvel mag.
Yeah, it was a Marvel mag called Friends of Old Marvel. Was what Foom stands for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was kind of like a fanzine that you can't call it a fanzine since Marvel was printing it themselves. Whereas DC had one called Amazing World of DC Comics. I have a bunch of issues of that. I have a few issues of Foom. Never had a subscription. I tried to order some issues of Amazing World of DC Comics and never got them. I think, but I found. But yeah, man, I love Foom.
This isn't comics, but you guys know. I think I told you before. I still subscribe to Reader's Digest.
Oh, you did. You did mention that. Oh, I have that issue of Foom right there, the Kirby one.
There you go. Yep.
I think I have one with a thing on
Number
it.
11.
Foom.
So it wasn't a fan mag because it was made by the publisher.
They were their own best fans.
Yeah, but
I love that mag. I'd love to have those. Are not too cheap these days. I would have every.
Oh, they went up. They went up in value like everything else. Yep.
Probably. I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know how many issues they did of that. What did you have a subscription, Hungry? I mean, Phantom.
We'll see what comes up in the chat. Yep. But Hungry was saying he's getting bags for comics around 81. Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there were bags around for a while now. They weren't the greatest bags. And those Mylar stocks, I think you had to have bigger bags for the Silver Age and the Golden Age ones and whatnot. Whoa. I think
Raquel's
Denver just won this game.
Raquel's gonna shin kick me. Yep, for goggling. Yep.
Stop goggling.
Stop goggling. Yep.
Reader's Digest. When you mention that, Court, it always
I just
takes
brought
me
a couple
back.
out if you
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be great. It always takes me back to my grandmother's house. I go,
Yeah.
they always have the new issue.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like
Yeah,
now.
they always
Is
had
that a new one?
yeah, these are new issues.
But
They still have it's pretty much a lot of the same kind of stories, and yeah, you can get your own
Nice.
subscription.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do a lot of they still do like stories, like this, and like the
How do they figure out what part of the story to cut out? That's what I never understood. It's like they're chopping it down, I guess. I love it. Yeah.
No, but it's
least
funny.
people
Like
still
the
read.
new, like this one has like an article about. You know what I mean? That's so weird to see in Reader's
Yeah.
Digest for me because I think of it as.
At least people still read. That's a good thing.
Yeah, real paper too.
Do you
Wow.
read those?
Oh yeah, this is
you
real. This is like the newspaper kind of stuff on the inside. That has not changed.
So you read it when you get it, or you have your subscription?
Yeah, I don't read as much lately just because I get headaches. Let's be honest about the truth. But
No, I
but
hear you.
I
Me
do
too.
skim
Me too.
through them, and for some reason they're just like I've had them forever. And when I was in elementary school, they were in our classroom, and nobody would read them, but I would. I don't know. TV Guide, yeah, I remember TV Guide.
Oh, I got a friend of mine still has. He may have every TV guide ever since from like around late '60s, early '70s, up until they stopped making it.
When did
And
they
he's got
stop? Was that like in the
and
90s?
Stacks and stacks of them. I don't know. No, I think
10
it was
years
past
ago,
the
I
90s.
guess.
Oh, they were
Yeah, it
still
made it,
making it up
yeah.
until then? Wow.
I think it was
But
when
look-
streaming killed TV
Right.
Guide.
Well, they changed the format of it eventually, but
Yeah.
he has all the it's almost the size of sort of like that Reader's Digest. And he has, man, I used to go over his place, stacks and stacks, and I said, what are you doing with these things? But I mean, it's kind of cool that he has them. And I don't know, I'm sure some of them are worth a little bit here and there, but TV Guide was a big deal. We all have
Yeah.
subscriptions to it, and we used to do every time they would come out with the fall preview issue. My friends and I, Claude and other friends, we would look at, okay, here's the new shows. We would make our predictions. Not going to make it. Not going to make it. That might. That looks like going to be. Might be good, but still won't make it. That's going to be crap.
I'll never forget, Claire Danes. She's a pretty famous actress now.
Mhm.
You guys ever heard of her? I went to
Yeah.
summer camp with
Sure.
her.
Oh, that's
And
right. You mentioned that. Yep.
yeah, and it was like the fall after our last year of camp. We went to camp until like 8th grade or something back in the day, overnight camp. And I was at my friend's house, and we had gone to my friend and I went to that camp also, and there was a TV guide on the kitchen table, and we were like, that looks so much like Claire. Look down. It was for My So-Called Life. That's how
Oh,
she
yeah.
got her start, if you guys remember that show. But
That's a great show.
yeah, I'll never
yeah.
forget that. But that was TV Guide. She was on the front
Wow.
TV Guide, and I was like, "Whoa!" And we
Wow.
tried to call her, but she was in LA filming. Her dad said. with
Oh,
him,
okay.
so.
Huh. Crazy. Yeah, that was
Yes.
that TV Guide, man. That was something.
They're
TV
saying
Guide
it
and the
ended
old Sears catalogs were the best
2010.
too.
Yeah, it's a TV Guide ended in 2000 or 2008. TV Guide. Let's see. Sold at
Don't they
Prince
still have
Magazine
it like
division.
online or
In
something?
2000. It's still online. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, that was like a luxury too. And when you had that, it was like my mom. I'm like, Mom, can we get TV Guide? So we know what's on. Just look in the newspaper. We don't need to
Yeah, we
waste
didn't
money
have
on TV Guide. You
My
know,
friend
but
did.
once in a while we get it. And of course, it was always in the checkout line too. So you have a ton of
We always
Star
subscribe to
Trek
it.
issues and
Yeah.
or I'd see that later on I'd buy them if Star Trek people on the car, or they'd always have like 4 different covers, like get all the captains or hey, Los
That was-
Benedict's laptop.
That was when they got fancy. Hey there. They had, but in
What's
the
up?
70s and 80s, it was just, you'd get it and you'd look, so just not only to see what was on your local channels, some of the channels that were just not too far off, but you couldn't get them with your antenna, but you could see all these shows. I'm like, whoa,
And you
Yeah.
wish you could watch
try
them.
to get that on my antenna. And sometimes you could, sometimes you couldn't.
I miss the days of like just programmed, scheduled television.
Oh, yeah, analog TV.
Well,
Is
yeah,
that
you
what they
don't
refer to it?
you don't you don't flip through anymore, right? So it's in the old days you used to just like channel scan, and of course now I'm on YouTube most of the time anyway,
No
instead
flipping.
of watching regular TV. But you just like flip through, and if like Blues Brothers was on, hey, you're stopping there, whatever,
Mhm.
and then your wife would yell at you or your friend, stop changing channels, just pick something, damn it.
I
know,
was that person that would yell like that. Like I'd be like, "Don't
Yeah.
do that," because I like
Yeah.
to watch. I actually used to like to watch the commercials. My brother and I would play games. Like we could see who could guess the commercial instantly. Like first before
Yeah.
they said what it was.
Well, we went to a Super Bowl party. I'm riding at my neighbors, and she said first of all, they had like a really small TV, right? They're good friends. They're just teasing they never watch this anyway. But and then they invited us over. Then their TV sucked, and they didn't have like it was back when flat screens were first coming out, and so like you'd go to like whoever had the big TV or the good TV, and then they're like,
one of the
"Those
original
commercials scare our son." So we have to turn off the TV in between commercials. Like that's half the fun back then was the commercials.
The commercials are
I
the
think
best.
we're
Well,
leaving
not
at
the best
halftime.
part, but
Yeah,
yeah.
they get scared of the commercials. Yeah, yeah. So the first issue of TV Guide was 1953. So imagine that with little Ricky. Yep. So and that's back when most TVs were black and white. But yeah, let's do a search for some of the classic TV Guide covers.
Oh yeah, there's some great covers. Huh?
It's so funny how like the younger generations, and I know I'm younger than all of you, but like how they can't even watch TV that isn't HD and whatnot. They're like, that's so like I can't even see anything, and I'm like, that's what I prefer.
Yes.
Oh, that's a such a
Is
cool
that Tom
cover.
Selleck?
Oh, go to Tom Selleck.
Henry Winkler.
Yeah, and the
those are those old covers. Oh, he fumbled. Good. I'm sorry, I reacted to the
Who's
game.
playing tonight?
Denver looks like they just beat San Francisco.
Denver beat San Francisco.
I got a lady friend of mine who's a Denver fan, so I'm happy for
Okay.
The Eagles won today. They beat the they're called the Commanders now, but I like the Eagles won today. Philadelphia.
Eagles fan?
Yeah,
yep.
They won. They beat the Jets. They beat the Jets. Was it the Jets?
No, they beat the who used to be called. They used to beat.
Oh, the Commanders.
The Washington football team, and then the Commanders.
They beat the Commanders. They won pretty easily, didn't they? Yep.
Oh yeah, it was 23-0 at one point. I think I think I keep wanting to call them the. I don't even know if I can. I won't say it. Their name is like not allowed anymore, or whatever. Yeah, it was 23-0. I couldn't actually watch it on TV, but I have a group like text, and then I look at like the like I get like highlights, But the group text all my like friends and family from back east. I get a pretty good idea. It's very exciting. They make it exciting for me. So
yeah, they won 24-8. I can't believe the Dolphins.
Oh, they ended up getting 8. Wow, so they.
Yeah, Dolphins beat the Bills. Wow. It was great that the Packers beat Brady, the Bradys.
Oh, Brady lost today?
Yeah.
I was working in the yard all day. I had no time for
your Giants play.
My Giants playing tomorrow night. Yeah, initially I was going to push the show back an hour, and I'm like, wait a minute. I thought, and I checked the schedule, and then it was actually, obviously Monday night. So
you could like do this thing on this Google search. If you're away from your house, at least on your phone, you could hit pin live score.
Oh, so it's on your phone all the time.
It'll stay on your phone while it's the game's going on. Because I couldn't watch the Saints game today. I was on my mom and dad move.
Yeah, how did that go? Moving sucks, by the way. I hope it went to. Hope it didn't go.
Got a few more days to get done. It's a nightmare, and they got their butts kicked because they're garbage now. So yeah.
I remember this.
I'm in the process of looking
this
for
kid.
a place.
No one's gonna know. No one's gonna know who this. Mason Reese. Remember that commercial? Anyone remember that commercial?
On the tip of my tongue.
He likes it. Hey,
Mikey.
No, that's not Mikey. No. That was that was the like the tuna fish. It wasn't tuna fish. It was the oh god, what was the little can with the devil on it? The food. He was on a commercial for that. All right, here I'm goggling again.
Goggling.
Yeah, he was on the show for it was a deviled food.
Devil food cake.
Devil food. No, devil food. I always remember that. Yeah, little deviled ham. Little deviled ham.
Okay.
Yeah. Here it was. Yeah, the little deviled ham. Yeah.
I remember that commercial.
Yeah. There we go. Underwood deviled ham. Yeah, I knew
That
I knew
looks
I wasn't
really nice.
crazy. I knew I wasn't
Yeah.
crazy. 1974. Yep.
When we got religious, I didn't want to buy that
I wasn't
stuff.
alive for this commercial. That's why when you said he likes it or something, I was like, Mikey. I was
Mikey's a
thinking
different one, yeah.
Yeah.
But like you see these commercials back in the day when you'd watch commercials, I think you saw more of this old stuff, and now you don't get, when you're just streaming or you don't see this stuff.
Yeah. The film is satanic from the devil.
How did that go over in the South, especially?
They didn't like it. No, they were idiots. I knew people that were.
They wouldn't buy it,
my
right?
mom and dad was, they were holy rollers and stuff. So they thought, at this point, they were really heavy into that stuff. And
How did you guys get on Mason Reese from?
We're looking at TV Guide.
Actor, because
we're looking at TV Guide covers. Whoa,
TV Guide, yeah.
Boy, he hasn't really changed very much.
Since now.
He's
Jesus.
Does he have like a little?
Well, he's doing pretty good. Look at that. Look at the chicks.
I'm never going to
be
comment
Mason.
on how someone looks.
Jesus Christ.
Ever. God bless him.
Adorable child.
He's married to. That's who he's married to. Yeah. God bless him. Yeah.
Wow, it's good to be Mason. Good Lord, it doesn't matter what he looks like, does it? So there you go.
Yeah.
Those girls remember that they would never even seen the commercial Underwood deviled ham.
He did some other ones too after that.
I'll get mad.
That's the one I was remember.
Those old Mort Drucker mask covers. Those Mort Drucker TV Guide covers were incredible.
That's MASH. Is that MASH?
Oh yeah,
yep. That's MASH. Yep.
Mort Drucker. They used to have a lot of art covers on TV Guide before. It's a lot of photo covers too, but Mort Drucker from Mad Magazine used to do covers for him.
I used to like Mad Magazine a lot.
So how did you guys get to CBS television from where we were?
We always get to.
We're trying not to talk about food.
Yeah, well, bologna's.
We got the deviled ham. Yeah.
All right, I'll chew more quietly then.
Who loves you, baby?
I was making Maddie's lunch for tomorrow.
Loris Leachman. Wow.
Leachman.
It's pretty back then. Yeah.
Phyllis,
hey.
Oh man, nice, super nice
Happy
guy.
days.
He comes up to my belt.
Someday, Monday, happy day. Yep.
He's got to be about 5'5".
We certainly didn't know that when we used to watch that show.
But a nice, but a super nice guy.
Who is about 5'5"? Henry Winkler?
Henry Winkler.
Yeah, he's tiny.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's tiny.
I love finding out because you never know from TV.
Yeah.
Well, Jason Momoa is the only celebrity I've ever met that was taller than I. Chris Evans, the illusion is destroyed forever because that dude's like 5'10".
He's 5'10"?
Yeah, I know on IMDb, I think it says he's 6 feet tall. No, I've got a photo with him, and I had to bend down to get in the picture with him.
I always say that about men when they say their height. I'm like, that really. Go back up for a second. I was going to comment on that.
On Travolta?
I was
Travolta's height?
obsessed. Yeah, my mom loved. Well, I watched Saturday Night Fever with my mom, and then of course Grease. So, not so much anymore. But that picture right there, I wish I had that TV guy. He's hot there. Anyway,
that's what Fleabag is for.
Hogs. We love the. Oh wow! There you go.
There we go.
Now there's a big guy. I met him in high school, and shook his hand. It was like shaking a catcher's mitt. Everything about that dude. He's
big.
He's humongous.
Why can't I think of his name right now?
Lou Ferrigno.
Oh, Lou Ferrigno. That's right. Sorry, I knew that. I just couldn't.
He furrowed his brow. It was like continental drift. And I'm not a little guy. I'm at that point in high school, I was about just under 6 feet. I got up to just about 6'2", and then shrank a little bit. That dude was massive. He was humongous.
That's true. Jack Davis also there, Hungry Boy. Sometimes I mix those up, but yeah. In fact, that cover I think was probably a Davis cover, not a Drucker cover. Sorry.
Yep, Luck is right. Yep. So much better than CGI. Yeah, that was really cool back then. Yep.
I mean, yeah, that's all he had those days was a bodybuilder. Arnold didn't want to do it, so he said, this guy was even bigger than me. He's about 3 inches taller. His name is Lou Ferrigno. So, yeah.
Has anyone on the panel ever tried Underwood deviled ham? We've got to know.
Loved it when I was a kid.
Yeah, I remember.
Loved it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it really means, but
It's all chopped up in the can, wasn't it? All chopped up,
and it's
Like-
got some sort of like mayonnaise,
like
or
a
something.
mayonnaise
Yeah.
sauce
I don't know
in it,
about
right?
that.
Yeah. As a child,
yeah,
I
it was
loved
good.
it.
I mean, hearing
Yeah.
mayo is not that popular now either.
I
Wow.
used to
The
love
youngins.
mayo, not too much of it, but I
here's
am like
I love
don't
mayo.
I have aversion to it now.
that's what it looks like. It's almost like a tuna fish. Yep.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
very
had
demonic.
that
I know
before.
that you. But my mother
Ooh,
used
That-
it's the devil.
That
my mother used to pack our
image
lunches
in the
with that.
can looks familiar to me. Like I feel like I've seen that, but I've
What'd you say
definitely
your mom
never.
used to say about that, Steve?
I'm sorry.
What'd you say your mom used to say about it?
No, she used to pack it. She used to make sandwiches and put it in our lunch.
Oh yeah,
We were very small children.
Yep.
I remember.
Or
No, I was
pure
just-
deviled
I was
ham for
just-
picnic sandwiches.
I was just saying that one with the spread arms and legs is a little,
Yeah, they updated the logo. Yeah,
I was gonna say, or yeah, that's.
this is
maybe
the
a little
old
more.
logo. Looks like from the 20s. Yeah. Wow.
Adding a little of mayo to a sandwich right now. Yeah, I love me some mayo there.
Yeah, but mayo is not that popular anymore. Yeah.
Oh, man.
And I told my wife, I'm like, we're out of mayo. I need mayo. She's like, you don't need mayo. It's too fattening. I'm like, I need my mayo. Please buy me
I
some
use
mayo.
light mayo as an excuse.
Oh, light mayo is so gross.
I could
Oh.
handle like a little
I'm used to it
tiny
now.
bit on like a
Oh, it's
hoagie, I
gross.
guess. But
I'm used to
I
light
usually
mayo
get
now.
oil and vinegar on a hoagie.
I love that Trek cover there.
That's a classic. Yeah. Oh, we were showing Raquel some T-shirts last night after the Star
Oh,
Trek show.
man.
Love to show those on the clubhouse, but there was some gorgeous Star Trek T-shirts, and she was like basically having a heart attack
I knew she would.
on
She
air.
was
Like,
Claudia's going to smack me for saying this, but that Star Trek cover with the color, the purple, and that I could definitely see why they would choose Chris Pine based on that particular image of Kirk.
whack.
I knew you.
It does.
just
No,
whacked you.
no, it does look
And there's
like
their
him.
first.
When I
There's
hear-
their their first
And there's-
choice.
There's the Warhol looking kind of thing.
No, I was gonna say there was when you scroll down, there's
Jack Lord, yeah.
Jack Lord, the
I
first.
love
choice.
that $6 Man cover right there.
yep.
Yeah,
That's
based on the
fantastic.
novel Cyborg. Yeah,
Those were the best TV guide covers with the great art on them.
Yeah.
yeah.
Then it's when then
Yeah,
he
I was gonna
started
say
going.
those would be cool to collect. Like
Oh yeah.
some of this
And
art
then-
is really cool.
Then eventually just went to photos that were cheaper. But yeah. That was Alex.
That
Ross
wasn't
right
TV
there.
guy. Yeah.
I,
That was a
I
comic
wonder what
book.
happened to all this original art. It probably just got like thrown away or something.
Oh, who knows? All that there is Alex Ross from that $6 Man comic book.
Yeah.
CD Weekly.
That's fun.
That's so cool.
It
Low
is cool.
Spec. So Low Spec showed up when I was gone. So Phantom is part Filipino. Son of a gun. Phantom, my daughter is half Filipino. That's what makes her
Yeah,
so darn
spam.
cute.
And spam. Yep. Spam is popular in Hawaii. I think spam is super popular in Hawaii too. This is the food, not the
Spam
not
is yeah, it's all over.
canned
Well,
ham.
you,
Yep.
you can't get away
Hogan's
from it. in
Heroes.
Hawaii. You can't get away from spam in Hawaii.
Here we come. Walking down the street.
Get the
Get the
funniest
funniest
look
looks
on.
from everyone we meet.
I love.
Hey, they're all dead now.
And then
People
they
say
had that
Let's
movie
go.
Head.
All of them?
No, Mickey.
No, one of them still with us.
Yeah,
Mickey,
Mickey's still alive.
Mickey
Mickey's
Dolenz is still alive. What was always funny to me about that was that the two guys who sang were the actors, and the two guys who didn't sing generally were the musicians.
Yes.
Because Mike
Yep.
Nesmith was actually a really pretty good guitar player, and Peter Tork, as much as I don't like his political views, was a very good musician. He played. I know he played guitar, banjo, bass, and keyboards, at least.
Yeah.
But they didn't do any singing. The two actors did all the singing.
Courtney's got a fan here, but thank you for.
It's my
thank you.
yeah, thanks, Mike. Hey Val.
Hey. It's got a lot of fans here.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
good.
and
yeah.
Low Spec is mentioning the movie Head that I was talking about with the monkeys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's got Jack Nicholson got to start.
Which movie?
Oh, that Rockford cover. Wow.
Head. Yeah. Yep.
What's that about?
Look at the Rockford cover.
About 2 hours of painful. It was a vehicle made by I think Don Kirshner or somebody for the monkeys to have their big breakout. They're basically Yellow Submarine, and
Okay.
the only thing that it ended their careers, but it started Jack Nicholson's career.
No,
Who
interesting.
who before that had like one credit in the Andy Griffith Show, I think it was.
You passed the Rockford cover, it looked pretty cool.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some of those too.
Yeah, buddy.
Mona.
I should watch me some Rockford Files tonight after the show. Yep.
I've been watching me some Rockfords lately.
Hail
They're a
Val
great
Schnitzel.
show.
I
Hail
don't think
Val.
I've seen Val before. But yeah, we all love Courtney.
Well, everyone's a fan of Courtney. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not be? I mean, if you're not, then you know.
You're missing
Thanks.
out.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
I love you all too. You make me feel better about my life and everything.
Well, we want to
That's
keep
what we're
you,
here for. Yep.
we want to keep you happy and keep you around so you can keep classing the place up. Otherwise, it's just us
Yeah.
knuckle dragging troglodytes over here.
Val's competing now. He's the biggest fan. Competition.
The Monkeys had some
Most
good music too. Yeah.
Oh,
They did.
I love music by
Yeah,
the Monkeys.
They
I
weren't even a
really
real
do.
group.
Yeah, they had some good. Not Your Stepping Stone. That's a great song. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's some good
Last
stuff. Yeah.
train to Clarksville.
Yeah. no.
I was just going to
Peter-
bring that one up, Claudia.
Peter
I
Tork,
love
Peter
that one.
Tork, and Mike Nesmith did sing. Peter Tork, I believe, sang "Your Auntie Griselda," and Michael Nesmith sang two songs I can think of off the top of my head. "You Just Might Be the One," and "What Am I Doing Hanging Around?" That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, but all the rest were Mickey Dolenz and Davy Jones and his locker.
I wonder if they used any whiteout on that poster.
Oh God, good one.
Does anybody not get that joke? Courtney,
Oh.
are you might not be old enough to get that joke.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's
I was responding to someone in the chat.
all right.
I wasn't paying attention.
Michael Nesmith's mother was it her father or mother?
yeah.
His mother
Invented
mother.
whiteout,
invented whiteout.
which was whiteout was actually, when you type, it was the here I'll show a
typewriter?
picture. It was like a
Correction fluid, yeah.
typewriter
Liquid
collection
paper?
fluid. Yep. Yep. So you'd
I
put it on
remember
your paper.
typewriters. I had typing class on typewriter.
mine had
I'm
that
actually
too.
I'm old enough for that.
Well, before Mike Nesmith's mother's invention, you had to erase.
Yeah.
And you had this really sandy eraser. It was almost impossible. You could, if you look at old documents, yep, there you go, right there.
I don't know why. I had it right next to me.
Mike Nesmith never had to work a day in his life.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's liquid paper. So that's.
I used to use that.
And
I think
Mike,
he said this, or was hers was whiteout?
I think it was
Hers
liquid,
was whiteout. No, hers
Was
was
it
liquid paper.
I think liquid.
You're
paper
right.
was
Hers
first.
was liquid paper.
Yeah. Although Mike Nesmith is sort of credited with inventing the music video for PBS.
True.
So that's on his.
She's liquid paper.
liquid
Yep.
paper. Yep, there
Liquid
you go.
paper, yeah.
We were right. Correct. Alex, I'd like a history for 1,000, please.
Yeah. So it's.
I
and then
wanted
it's,
to be on Jeopardy so much.
My
I lost on Jeopardy.
my biggest
I took the
regret in
test
life.
like years in a row, and I actually got an audition city and everything.
Oh, what happened?
Hey Wade, good to see you.
It takes a couple years. There's so many different steps, and then when Alex Trebek died, I said,
Yeah, Wade.
Remember that?
When
Weird Al song?
my
What?
biggest regret is not bankrolling my mother for Jeopardy. My mother, she couldn't do anything practical in the real world, but she knew I still remember I came home from school, and she said, "Who is Haile Selassie?" I said, "Mom, who is Haile Selassie?" And he was like the last
I know.
emperor of Ethiopia who died of whatever. This.
I
Anyway.
was like that with Jeopardy.
And
I'm
and my-
not anymore, but I don't.
My brother Tim Clobby, we should have bankrolled him because he would look at Wheel of Fortune, totally blank, no letters filled in, and he would walk in and say, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times."
I have done that. I'm great at Wheel of Fortune too. Well, I used to be. I've done that like with no letters or like one letter, and people are like, "How? What?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know." But I could just see
What we used to do to a buddy in college. I've
I'm
probably
lost.
told this story before, but Jeopardy up in New Haven area. So you had Channel 8 in New Haven, you had Channel 7 in New York City. So if you're up in we're up in school up in that area. So Jeopardy was on for a while at 7 o'clock on channel 8 and then 7:30 on channel 7. And this is before cable, of course. So all my
So you
friends
knew
for
me.
like a week. So we're like, we had 2 roommates that lived together, Pete, and we called the other guy, it was 2 Petes. And usually they don't put roommates together the same name. So we call one guy Pete and the other guy Repeat. So
Oh, that's
Repeat. So we're like, we're going to pull a prank on him. So every night at 7 o'clock, we watch Jeopardy on channel 8, and then we switch to channel 7. Like, hey, Repeat, it's time to watch Jeopardy tonight. And he's like, and then we get like every answer right. He's like, I don't get it. You guys should be on Jeopardy. You guys are so freaking smart. And we're
That's
just
really
finally at the
funny.
end of after 3 or 4 days, we had to laugh. Like we had to like, you idiot. We're not that smart, you know. Because I mean, there's some pretty obscure Jeopardy questions, and like we'd rotate too. We like don't everyone say the same answer. Like different people say the answer.
I had one.
We got them so good.
There was only one. That is pretty clever. There was one time when I would have won the grand champion of, not the grand champion. I would have won that day's Jeopardy, because it just so happened that the topics were like classic Mustangs, comic books, art, Greek mythology. It was all me that day, you know.
Yeah.
And then any other day I'd have been, you know, like Wolf Blitzer. Did you guys ever see when Wolf Blitzer was on?
Yeah. Yeah,
he had like -4. He ended up in like -4.
Oh, yeah. He got destroyed, right?
He was destroyed by Cheech Marin. Cheech Marin, who surprisingly knows a lot, especially about art. But Wolf Blitzer was a moron. He got every question wrong.
You'd think Wolf Blitzer would be smart for being on the news.
You would think
he was always an idiot.
He was
So
like
he got blitzed?
He was like $4,000, and they let
Blitz.
but because it was
It's
Celebrity
charity, right?
Jeopardy, they let him in to the final Jeopardy anyway. But
And
the
he
dude
got
was
it
like
wrong,
-4 grand. Oh yeah, he was. I can't believe I would have never showed my face on television again with that kind of stuff.
There's a thing with Jeopardy though. If you watch it enough, you can tell you can tell the answers to certain questions. Like if you watch it continuously, there's kind of like
the format.
The format. Thank you for giving me the word, because that was going to probably take me a while.
Like
I just want to say something funny. I was typing in the chat to Liz Speculatic's laptop, and I started writing at liquid paper. And I was like, why isn't it popping up?
Remember that song?
Erase that. You got to erase that.
Remember that Weird Al song, I Lost on Jeopardy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, Al. You've also embarrassed your family for all time.
Yes. And let me tell you what you didn't win: a case of turtle wax, a new car. You're a complete loser.
Bobby, while you were,
go ahead.
I was say while you were out, there was one day I was telling them that I would have been that day's champion, because the topics were like comic books, classic cars, art, like Greek history or Greek mythology or something. It was like all me, and probably me and you, or me, you and Mark, you know, could have won. Could have won it, but
yes.
But I was the opposite of my brother. Like I said, my brother could look at it and say, you know, with no letters filled in, and say it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Would be the guy that said 400 years ago. You know, one letter of a famous, and I just couldn't get. I'm not.
Dad knew his stuff. Dad knew music very well too, right? Didn't he? Was he a big music guy? Yeah.
Who's that?
Dan.
Oh, Dan. Yes, Dan. Well, I was talking about Tim actually, but
Tim knows that stuff. Okay.
Tim can look at that board and just. It's amazing. It's astounding. So, Maddie's daddy for inking mistakes. It dried solid. Oh, he's talking about
the whiteout, or liquid paper. Yeah. So this is interesting. So they said she was working as a typist, but she wasn't very good, and developed a white tempera paint to hide her mistakes. Using her kitchen and garage as a laboratory and factory, she gradually developed a product that other secretaries and office workers began to buy. That's the American way, right? Why didn't anyone else think of that before, right?
Necessity is the mother of invention.
Mike Nesmith's mother is the mother of invention, or something like that.
While continuing to work as a secretary, she educated herself in business methods, promotion, and research, till she was satisfied that the product she had developed was really worthwhile. She then offered Mistake out to IBM, which turned it down, right? So IBM turned you down, and then turned it into a successful business. Over the next 25 years, she and a select group of executives would build the liquid Paper Corporation, a multi-million-dollar international company, which he finally sold to Gillette in 1980 for $48 million. So IBM could have probably bought it for like, I'm just guessing,
song,
a song relative to that.
Siegel and Schuster money.
Yeah, and that's so $48 million in 1980. I mean, $48 million today is a lot of money, right?
Yeah,
so
1980. It'd
that's
be like
just
double.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
she died a few months after the sale at the age of 56 in May.
Well, probably because of all the fumes.
Probably. I'm guessing cancer.
56, pretty young.
That reminds me of I went to high school with the person that invented the Dollar Shave Club, and
really
he sold it. I don't know how many years ago now, but it wasn't that. Are you? But he doesn't own it anymore. But he sold it for $5 billion like a couple years back.
Was that
it's not a dollar anymore?
Was that a billion with a B?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is this someone you know, Courtney? You said.
I went to grade school, like I went to middle school, high school with him.
And he founded a Dollar Shave Club.
It's not a dollar anymore, by the way.
How much is it?
I'd buy that for $1.
Oh, it's up to like $3 or $4 now. They're good. They're good razors though, and you don't have to. It's still cheaper than going to the store or grab them at the store, which is ridiculous, and going through all that rigmarole of opening up the thing. So
I still won't buy Gillette. From their man-hating.
They're garbage. Yeah,
that's why I grew a beard.
Better.
But
I just grew a beard and
now. 7-8 years now, I've been getting my razors in the mail like that from. So yeah, when I started, it was $1. But
I do too. But there's a company. It's called Billy. It's like the same thing, but for women. Like I don't know, BILLIE. I get them in the mail.
I just have like a slight beard and not that.
I need to shave.
Big, and I just use the Phillips.
I have to shave my beard a lot, so.
Courtney used to be in the circus, but she lost her job. Yeah.
Courtney,
I worked with a bearded lady, no joke, when she worked at the supermarket.
When I made that comment, Courtney, you look like maybe you didn't remember or know about this, but Gillette, right about the time that what's his name started kneeling in protest, the quarterback.
Colin Kaepernick.
Gillette. Soon after that, Gillette did a thing. Men, be better.
They did a whole $1 billion campaign on it.
Yeah. And I to this day,
I'll never buy it.
I will never buy Nike.
Well, their sales tanked. Their sales tanked
for
a while, and then people forget.
I think they're still down.
Oh, I just bought a Gillette thing because I used to like that it was some other stuff I used that I couldn't find that often I like better, like I forgot the name now, soft shave or whatever. But so I got a Gillette one, and that ad ran. That thing set forever. I shouldn't use it. Just got another one.
Isn't it where the Patriots
another brand?
Isn't Gillette Stadium?
Yeah. Or it used to be. Well, the guy who owned Gillette originally, he owned the Patriots for a while.
Yeah.
It's still Gillette Stadium.
Yeah, so their let's say their sales.
Kraft, right?
Kraft, yeah, Robert Kraft, yep. Down 5, yeah, and then the pandemic hurt them, I guess, too, because
stupid ass commercial.
Yeah. Yeah, the $350 million in 6 months, yep. So it fell. Yeah, it fell after that commercial. Yep. So, it went way down. Yeah. So
good.
Oops. Kaboom.
And Nike did the same thing. Nike was also insulting.
But I don't think Nike got hurt as much, too, though.
Well, the thing is that Nike owns a lot of the other brands that people went to buy, and they didn't realize that they were like, do they own Adidas? They own some of them, like Reebok or some of the other brands. Yeah. Nike actually owns. So when people went to other brands, they didn't realize that they were still just doing the same thing.
Yeah, I think they canceled Kaepernick complained about sneaker with the U.S. flag on it, the Betsy Ross flag, because allegedly that flag was a racist flag for some stupid crazy, like these silly things go around the internet, or like Pepe the Frog originally was a test by someone to actually create, to basically trick people, and it ended up being taken over, and not to get into all that political route, but it's certain things can get taken over, rumors. It's basically rumors. So Kaepernick, I think, killed those sneakers, and that was something that really got people angry too. It's like it's gonna put a U.S. flag on it. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I didn't mean to steer us into sports and politics. So we should.
No, it's all right. Yeah, no, Remington. I like
I
him
like
so much.
sports.
I bought
I
the
don't
coming.
talk politics much, but I like
That
the
was
sports stuff.
Remington was actually in Bridgeport, and that was Connecticut, and that was
Wow.
Victor Kayam. Yeah, I liked him so much.
Right.
But yeah, the Remington These are shavers. Yeah, shavers.
Which he didn't actually buy the company. He bought enough of the outstanding shares to where he was like the major, But he didn't just like buy the
Victor
whole
Cayenne.
company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
70s.
he makes good pepper too.
The 70s,
Hey,
man.
70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he passed
Hey,
away a few
70s?
years ago.
70s, we
No.
were doing some rock and roll stuff earlier about the Monkees. You
Yeah, it just
Well,
missed it.
a
Yeah.
lot of people don't know this about the 70s. We'll out him here a little bit. He likes music fine, but that actually his name refers to, he collected rocks in the 70s. He likes rocks. Remember rock collectors? So he's a fan
geologist.
of rocks from the 70s. People don't really know that about 70s.
And
He
invented
has the
and
most
fans.
incredible vinyl collection.
ceiling
Okay?
and ceiling and
But he
ceiling
likes
fans.
rocks better.
and he invented the pet rock too, right? In the
Yes.
70s.
He did.
He's the other person whose
ceiling
show
fan.
I go on regularly for
Yeah.
music stuff. I'm going to be on tomorrow, actually.
He likes pebbles.
Awesome. What are you covering tomorrow, guys? Do you
It's
know,
only
or just
talk and roll, and it's
any subject or?
adult. What did you refer? He referred to it as like adult. Not adult contemporary.
Album or oriented
It's
rock.
like
if I'm remembering
driving
the
music, something
yeah,
like
but
that.
album oriented rock. If I'm remembering my
Maybe
Oh,
that was
yeah.
it.
my 70s promo that I saw. Yeah.
Frampton Comes Alive.
Oh, that's a great album. Yeah. Yep. Good
Dude,
stuff.
I
Yep.
think it's Pokemon.
There was a
I'm reading the chat.
There was a beer
Geoda's my
commercial
hero.
or something in the 90s. There's a beer commercial or something in the 90s where some guys were walking along a golf course and they were talking about like the greatest albums and they were like Hotel California, oh good one, or this that, and then somebody goes Frampton Comes Alive and they all stop and like they take off their hats and like saluting, Frampton Comes Alive. That's what that little comment was.
What was that device? What was it when he had he would speak into that thing, then it would make the voice synthesizer? Yeah, that was so cool.
He was when I worked at public broadcasting. They did a show. They did a show on him, Clobby. Because it brought the ratings down. Did a special on him, and because now he looks, he's not the, the guy with the long curly hair, the shirt open and stuff. Now he's bald and gray, but still a great guitar player, great writer, great singer.
I think he had some
And
kind of a disease too, where it's sorry to interrupt, where he can't only can play guitar. He thinks for a few more years, or he's losing some muscle control. Or I hope I'm not.
Well, as you get older,
saying the wrong. No, but he had some kind of debilitating disease. I hope I'm not.
Oh, I hope not.
Saying the wrong person. No, but I think it was Frampton because I heard him on Howard Stern, and I think it was him. But yeah, because he's a guitar virtuoso. I mean, just unbelievable.
Yeah, he was on PBS and he said, I wrote all the songs for Frampton Comes Alive in one day, and he said, ever since that day, I've been trying to remember, what did I eat that day? Where did I go? What did I do? Who did I talk to? Yeah, and he's been covered. Yeah, Baby I Love Your Way, and was covered twice. It was covered by a reggae group and also by a duo called Will to Power or something like that. It was a husband and wife duo. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
Oh, he does. Yeah. Frampton has had a farewell tour in 2019. He's received a diagnosis. He has inclusion body mitosis, mycosis, IBM, a progressive muscle disorder characterized by muscle inflammation, weakness, and wasting. $1 from every ticket sold is donated to Frampton's newly established I'm not saying it correctly. Myosis. I can't say that. MYOSITAS research fund at Hopkins, where he's being treated.
Myositis.
It's.
Can you put it on the screen?
Put it on the screen. You guys can help me because I've.
I'm an animator, damn it, not a doctor.
Bear of little brains. So, but yeah. So I remember reading about this.
Can you highlight it? Because that's.
I'm going to highlight it. Yep. Oops, sorry. Where did it go? Where did it go? Sorry for scrolling quickly. Oh, here we go. Myositis.
Can you highlight it? Myositis, yeah.
Myositis.
So it's an inflammation of something, probably.
It's the myelin is like the
The
So-
sheath around the muscle.
Yeah,
fibers?
around the muscle. I was going to say the lining around the
That's
muscle.
got to be painful. There's an inflammation
That
of
stinks,
that,
yeah.
so it's got to be painful. So,
And especially that takes away your livelihood too, because he's, it's horrible for anyone. But as a guitarist, I remember he said it must have been a Howard Stern interview. I heard him on that he had to do all kinds of exercises and therapy, and just to be able to play.
hail Jill.
Hey, Jill. Yep.
Hail Donnie Pearson. I am not.
Hey, Donnie.
Donnie
I
Pearson.
don't think I've
Hi,
ever.
Donnie.
Hey there, Donnie Pearson.
don't think I've ever encountered you before.
He's
So,
popped
thank
up
you
at
for-
my show before.
thank you for dropping by. Then
Thank you
yeah.
for the raid.
Yeah.
Yep.
It must be a Doomcock raid.
always
Doomcock
happy when Jill
Yep.
comes along because she can help Courtney bring the level of class up a little bit from Claudia, myself.
Oh,
Mark's
Every little bit helps.
so
Every little bit
Oh,
helps.
By the way, Latino Skin, it just came up under the Stream Elements bot thing. It's his birthday.
Yeah. Happy
don't know
Well,
birthday.
he had
to
his
Paula,
birthday
yeah.
stream
Happy birthday.
today. His birthday
Well, it was
was
Thursday, but yeah, they
was
celebrated
Thursday,
it today.
but
Yeah.
okay.
he had the stream today. So yeah, and of course I didn't get I made it home late in time, but happy birthday to my good buddy Polly.
Yeah. I saw you were wrenching there for a few minutes. I saw. Yep. I gave him a
Me?
super sticker, but no, sorry.
Yeah, I was
Mike.
wrenching
Mike
on there.
was, yeah, and you were, yeah. I
was
was
different.
I was just left a super sticker. I was kind in between, like when you're doing stuff and you're trying to catch up. But
Sure.
yeah, great guy, Paul, and he's doing great on YouTube. And he's got such a, he's such a friendly guy too, which I
He's a good
love.
pal.
He's
He
a
is
good guy. Yeah.
Amazing. He's a good person. He's a really just
Yeah.
like beast, as people would say. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like,
Well, it's nice to have someone who's not that people are nasty, but he's got a great personality where he's always very welcoming. I think, and Mike, he was the first one of the first people you met on YouTube, right? You were saying back in the
Yeah,
back
he's one
in the day,
of
a few years
the first
ago.
friend I made
Me
on
too.
YouTube. Yeah.
Me too. That was
He was-
one of the first channels that I went on for, like when you used to do karaoke, but you had to show your face and actually.
we were both
and
brand
you can
new,
sing at
and,
least, right?
and it
Me?
was one of my first
From-
streams and one of his first streams. So sorry, go ahead, Carl.
How did you
Yeah,
guys
I knew
encounter?
before he hit 1,000. I wonder if we probably crossed each other in the chats. Like
Mhm.
I probably saw you in the chats back then. I did do you remember when he was doing his Friday night karaoke's?
Oh yeah.
Like he would do 80s theme and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We did a really funny one of the safety dance, but
Oh, I love
we were
safety dance.
singing and we were doing like these stupid dances, like, but the music never played the whole time. So when like the whole audience, like everyone that was in the chat that was watching it, we looked like just weird people. I don't know. Yeah, dancing with no music.
Dancing in the dark, right?
Yeah, right.
And I'm not
Boss.
a Springsteen fan, but
Oh, I love the boss.
But it could be the Cole Porter dancing in the dark.
oh, that's the song called Border Dance in the Dark. Yep, there we go.
Yep.
You can dance. You can dance if you want to.
Oh, it's such a
Oh
great
my
video.
goodness.
Leave your friends
One of my
behind.
bestest friends in the world. They're not married anymore, but she married Bruce Murphy from Men Without Hats. He played keyboards.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
We listen to that song over and over, and we get drunk to that song.
it's
Just
a
go
great
crazy
song.
in college. Yeah, it was a great college
The
song.
video
yeah.
was funny too. For us
I like the
time,
Weird Al
you know?
version.
What was the Weird Al version?
What is the weird?
It was called the Brady Bunch.
Mhm.
And the Brady Bunch. It's the Brady Bunch.
Oh, that's funny. I was trying to make that work with like the melody. I'm like, how do
I still remember that video where they're doing this and they're doing that.
Yeah.
And he's like, everyone look at your hands. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like going through the field like this. Yeah.
I have a friend who looks like that guy.
That song
You can
worked
watch-
when you were drunk too, for some reason. Even better. It was-
You can watch Bonnie Miller. You can watch your MTV. You can watch till your eyes fall out of your head. It'll be okay with me. Yeah, and so forth. That was one of those first albums.
Wow. Kal-El mentions
That's funny.
MTV.
Oh, Stan. What was the other video? Aha, Take on Me.
Take
That was
on
the
Me.
other-
On me.
Take
And the
on
first
Me.
video ever was,
That was a great video.
Mr. Was it Mr. Bungle or
The
what's
fir-
the song? Video Killed the
first
Radio
one,
Star.
the first one on
Video Killed the-
MTV
Video
was,
Killed the
was
Radio
Video
Star.
Killed the Radio Star by
But that was by Mr.
the
Buggles.
Buggles.
The Bungles.
The Bug-
Buggle.
the
That's what it
Bungles.
was. Buggles. Yeah, I couldn't
Buggles.
remember the.
Yeah, no M or no N. Yeah, the
And then
Buggles.
Take on Me had that great great cartoon animation.
The
Where you get
anime,
sucked
yeah.
into the video,
Yeah,
get
it was
sucked into
really
the comic
good.
book, which was
One of the best. Yeah,
The
one of the best
best.
ever. Still to
and they
this
just
day.
redid that. They redid it and they made it high def for the new generation, so it's widescreen. And I guess they redid all the effects.
wow.
And because the MTV, don't forget, was SD or old fashioned. Not
640 by 480.
yeah. So really, really brutal on the eyes these days for the youngins. So
I
Although-
imagine them
although not
flipping the
for-
book.
Although not for Hungry Boy, because he's in Australia where they have, I believe,
Yeah.
PAL.
Men Without Hats. Yep. Men at Work. I was thinking
Men at
Cargo,
Work,
right? Right? Weren't they? They were Australian.
Men Without
I think.
Jobs.
Remember that talent? Yeah. It was
Colin
basically
Hayes,
one.
right?
It was basically one guy, Colin Hay. Yeah, he was
I love.
He was
Oh,
good.
he's great. Oh, he's
Yeah.
so good. Yeah.
Overkill. It's
His
a mistake.
acoustic stuff is great too. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the one? Traveling in a fried out combi, whatever in the world that is.
Yeah.
Oh,
6'4" and full of muscles.
Yep.
What was
Oh,
that
Are you
song?
trying
I
to
come
think
from
of,
the land down under.
Land
yeah,
Down
Man Down
Under?
Under.
Yeah.
Was that Toto?
No,
Who did that?
that was Men at Work.
Men at Work.
Work.
Yeah.
That was Toto did
All I want to do when I wake up in the morning is see your eyes.
the Africa
Rosanna.
Rosanna.
And
Yeah,
Africa,
that's
yeah.
Toto.
yeah, that's the song I was getting confused with.
One hit wonders.
The guy,
Oh, so
the
it's a Devo.
keyboardist wrote Africa, and the guitar player, whose name escapes me, although 70s would know, and it'll come to me in a minute. The guitar player said, "This is the worst song I've ever seen. First of all, how can you bless the rains? What are you? You're not God, you know." And he said, if this song is a hit, I will eat my hat. And now today you can see live videos where he comes out and he kisses the guy's ring that wrote it. He was also the guy who sang it.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name. Who's
Phantom Outsider
Think of the
mentioned
guitar
Devo.
player.
I'm a huge Devo fan.
Yeah.
Not just Whip It. I mean that video is
Whip It.
very
Yeah,
memorable. But
Did they do other songs?
yeah,
I don't know.
well, working.
Oh, right, Work in a Coal Mine, yeah.
Working in the
Which was a remake.
Yes.
Because when it was on the radio,
I
remember
didn't
they
know-
said
I
somebody
didn't know-
remade that song. Yeah. Yes, Toto did Africa. They also did Rosanna.
That's a great song. Yeah.
Won't Hold You Back Now. Georgie
Be Good
Porgy.
Johnny. Yeah. That's a
Georgie
good
Porgy.
song.
Oh yeah.
Johnny,
yeah.
be good. Yeah. You don't want me to sing, but yeah.
Well, nobody wants any of us to sing, but
Yeah.
we might as well. It's like
So
I
what
love
happens when
how-
they do
70s
Karaoke.
show up when we get on music. I love it.
Yeah.
I
when
I love
I
the
guess it's
slices
okay because
above
if
you.
you're singing, you don't get hit with a copyright because you play the music that's
yeah.
has no vocals. I guess, or how does that work on the YouTubes when you're doing karaoke night? You don't get nailed for copyright. I guess. Or,
So you use they have karaoke kind of sites where they redo the music. So the music isn't exactly
it's just a little off.
yeah, they'll make little there's a lot of different karaoke channels on YouTube.
So that's how they do it. I was just wondering,
Yeah.
because you
Mhm.
get you
They
get
just
nailed,
make little
yeah.
differences. Yeah.
There,
So
there's
it's
a,
not-
there are a lot of channels where they'll play a lot of clips and they're sped up just a little bit, so the algorithm doesn't like. There's a lot like you'll see Star Trek, the Next Generation clips, where it's a little bit faster, so everybody's voice is a little bit higher. Number one,
Yeah.
I guess that's how they get around it. Dr. Jekyll. This is the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's
Yeah,
right.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Devo did a
That was
remake,
good. Yep.
but it was I can't get no satisfaction. The way they
Yeah,
said it
yeah.
was really good.
Steve
Yeah.
Porcaro. That's right. No, Jeff Porcaro. No, Jeff Porcaro was the drummer. Was his brother. I don't think Steve Porcaro wrote it. Somebody look that up because
Someone
I don't think
goggle
Steve
that,
Porcaro-
please.
I think Steve Porcaro was the guy who said that'll never fly. Start puffing stuff. Who's your friend when things get rough, hungry boy?
Yeah. HR
It's
puffin stuff.
Puffin stuff.
Puffin stuff.
Somebody tell the youngster up. Somebody tell the youngster up.
No,
here.
I know HR Puppet stuff, but I know it from later in life.
Oh, okay. From
Like
Like
reading.
I
Harvey
didn't know it
Croft.
as a kid, but yeah. I
Well,
know it
that's-
from
Yeah.
going back and wanting to, I thought it was.
Oh,
Oh,
there-
sorry. That's why. Do you hear my dog? He's going. Whoop, whoop, whoop. He's dreaming.
About HR
He's
Puffin
chasing
stuff.
something in his dream. Sorry.
HR Puffin stuff is after him.
Steve,
But that's the
probably-
thing too about we're talking about flipping channels. Like you'd come across a show like that as a kid, like, oh, I gotta watch this. What is that? You know. But now it's like all YouTube videos and streaming. Like I wonder if you get exposed to as many things, or the kids are just flipping through TikTok and they don't watch anything anymore. I don't know. Get off my lawn. But yeah, you were saying, Mike.
No, just
also-
every time you talk about Sid. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say there are also 3 Hudson brothers. Anybody?
The Hudson
No,
brothers.
the Hudson brothers.
Yes.
Ernie Hudson.
Yeah.
No,
There was this musical group called the Hudson Brothers. There were 3 of them, and they had a very minor hit that nobody remembers, and they got a Saturday morning TV show after that. And one of them is the father of Oliver Hudson, and what's the sister's name? She's an actress, real pretty. But they were raised by because the guy from Tombstone played Wyatt Earp. He played Ego.
Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell, yes.
Oh, you're talking about Kate Hudson and Goldie Hawn was her mom with Kurt Russell. Was the
There
sister
you
Kate
go.
Hudson.
Steve Lukather, right? Yeah,
And
Wow.
that's right.
Low Spec, I didn't know that. I'll have to check that out.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yep.
Wacky.
I love talking classic rock.
Yeah. Too bad we can't play any of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but everything's considered classic rock now. I can't believe some of the stuff that's considered classic rock. I'm like,
Yeah, I was listening.
Modern
Stuff from
stuff's so
2015.
bad. So
Stuff from 2015 is considered classic rock now.
well, when the '90s stuff is like anything that Nirvana is classic
Nirvana,
rock, I'm like,
yeah.
what are
It's old
what?
now.
Yeah.
It's old. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was listening. I was working outside all day. I was restoring some stuff. And it's like classic rock in New York. And it's like you said, it's, back in the day, it used to be like the oldies station was,
Like
Zeppelins and
Eagles.
Stones. But now it's like everything is classic. And rock is not doing well either, I think, sales wise. So R&B and hip hop
Britney
taking over. Yep.
Britney
Britney
Spears
Spears.
is considered classic rock. I mean,
Britney Spirits, as I called her.
Oh my gosh, I am old now. Next, wow.
wow.
I got to find I have a countdown from 1981 of all the best songs, and I scanned it. I got to see if I can find that. It'd be fun to go over. When they did the end of the year.
Who was the guy that always did the Kasem?
Casey
Kasem.
Casey Kasem, yeah.
There have been a lot of songs in the
That's
history of the
top
rock
party.
and roll era. Yeah. And this week, coming in at number 7, Hello by Lionel Richie.
Ah, that's
Is the voice of
Oh.
the voice of Shaggy and Robin.
Front row.
I never knew that.
Oh yeah,
Yep,
Casey
yes, he
Kasem did
was.
a lot of voices. Casey did a lot of voices.
Yep, yes, he did.
I just remember that the countdowns.
We're talking about things that are now classic rock, like Young MC is now Old MC. The new kids on the block are the old dudes on the bus now.
New Kids on the Block. That's
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
huge when I was in middle school.
UB40 changed their name to UB60. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Ooh, good
UB60.
Now, it would be more
Yeah.
like UB70, I think. Actually, if I go by when they were popular, that's funny though.
I got to find it. When you scan something, you save a photo. It's like, or I scanned it actually.
I know we're
I gotta find where
waiting.
this is.
I'm waiting with
And
anticipation.
I got to be careful because I was looking at all these album covers there, and there's some very unsafe ones. There's this. Oh my God! Remember the Scorpions had their album cover? Love Drive. That'll get me. We just did Spinal Tap, and then they had the album was called Virgin Killer. I don't know how the hell they got that cover approved. And if you guys, I cannot show that because it's really
What about,
important.
Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass Band.
Right.
Wasn't that
Oh,
it?
yeah.
With
They had the
the
cover
weight-
with all the suds, with all the girls.
yeah, and it was straight
Yeah.
up.
Wah,
Naked,
wah, wah,
you know.
wah, wah.
Yeah.
I used to have that vinyl.
Next, you'll be talking about 25 or 6 to 4.
Oh, great song. Has anybody seen 70s? Have you seen Leonid and Friends?
Who, how, what, when?
There's a Russian cover group called Leonid, Leonid, and Friends, and they cover Chicago, and they may even be better than the original. It's amazing. It is amazing. If anybody's a fan of, and these guys are in Russia, you know, I think some of them sing in English but don't know what they're singing because they don't speak
Wow.
English. But they are so good, and they, yeah. So if you're a Chicago fan, look up Leonid and Friends on YouTube. They are so good. It's amazing. So,
Wow.
70 says I have not seen them. Check them out, 70s. You will be for a bunch of Russian people. It's really amazing. And you know what? Their guitar player. People don't know this, but their guitar player is a guy named Terry Kath, who unfortunately was showing a guy his gun collection one night and was either drunk or on drugs. And the guy was like, "Be careful, be careful." He goes, "No, it's not loaded. Watch." And killed himself. But apparently, according to Jimi Hendrix's manager, he said they were at a club one night watching Chicago, and Jimi Hendrix said, "Wow, I'm pretty good. That guy's amazing." Talking about Terry Kath and his guitar playing. So, anyway, yeah.
Wow.
All right, now I got to find this.
They had so many. I mean, Saturday in the Park and 25 or 64, Feeling Stronger Every Day. I mean, the list just goes on forever. You know, Question 67 and 68.
All right, I shall find it. Now it's going to bug me all night. I can't find this thing that I can't. Because I was going to show it to 70s, send it to 70s so we could check it out. And I got to find it. You know, when you save stuff, you're like in your filing system when you save stuff, you're like, well, which folder did I put it in? You know, it should be my music folder, but it's not. Yeah. It's not in there. It's got to be. Maybe I put it in my YouTube folder or my scrapbook folder. But
70s, I agree. Terry Kath was awesome. It was a sad loss. And yeah, I'm a Man. Yeah, they covered I'm a Man by I'm a Man. Yes, I am. Who did that originally? It was a British group. 70s will know. But it was also I'm a Man was also covered again by this Leonid and Friends. And amazing. It must be 20 pieces in their band doing this stuff. And the guitar player is this young kid who can play as well as Terry Kath, which is amazing. So if you don't know who Chicago is, then I'm probably boring the daylights out of you. But they were, as Donnie Pearson said, love the music of Chicago. How iconic! Yeah, Spencer Davis Group. Thank you. Yeah, and Steve Winwood saying it. So,
Mark, if you look in the private chat, there's something probably similar that you could.
Okay, thanks. Yep.
I was trying to fill the time.
I rip it off the wall. I have it on the wall, but it would look. It's top 100 songs. Yep, of 1981. Wow.
Number one.
Let's get
Bet
Davis Eyes. Yep, that was a great song. Yep. Mm-hmm. Tainted Love. Oh, that's one of my all-time favorite songs.
I love that song too. Are you showing it, or should we be telling people?
Oh, I should. You know,
what number?
I just boomered it.
Courtney, he's going to mix the song, and you're going to sing it, Courtney.
Yeah.
All right, I can't sing. But...
I just totally boomered it. Are you not a singer?
I was going to say we need to tell people what we're looking at.
I'm just a singer and a rock and
roll. Oh, I know, but do you sing? You sing, Courtney, right? Yeah. I mean, not.
I had to take when I went to Berkeley. I had to take
more of a guitar player,
instrumentalists, and all of us in there were hilarious. Like, I know when I'm off, you know.
Yeah. So you're more of a musician than.
Voice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Not to put you on the spot. But,
so she's Carlos Santana. You know,
my mom was an aerobics teacher. That was big in my childhood.
So you're like Carlos Santana or Alan Parsons. You have to get other people to sing the songs all the time. Because Carlos Santana, there's a different singer for every song.
And Paulie actually is had the current singer on.
Yeah, he had Andy Vargas on today for his birthday stream. He has him all the time. Andy Vargas.
Oh, did he show up today? I didn't.
He did finally toward the end there. He's a singer with Santana, Carlos Santana. But he did. He's up in Vegas somewhere about to do a show.
Oh, really?
Great voice, yeah.
They could probably drive right over there.
Yep. Well, don't leave now.
Betty Davis thighs.
I think the show might be done by now.
I know. I was laughing at that. Betty Davis thighs. Yeah,
All right, well, I'm
Tainted
gonna-
Love that's a great song by Soft Cell, number 5. I didn't know that. Sometimes I feel I've got to get away. You do. Thank you.
grab the-
I'm here to do your sound effects. Yes, I'm your
Dolly
Foley.
Parton, 9 to 5. That's
Oh my
so
God,
funny.
Stars
Remember that
on
movie?
45. Yep.
Start
In the
Me
Air
Up, Rolling
Tonight.
Stones. Oh,
Mhm.
Blondie, Rapture. Amazing. That was number 14.
Oh, this was good music.
These are all excellent songs.
Except for Morning Train was just kind of Sorry.
Was
Shut
that
up,
Dolly Parton?
Shut up, you face. No, that
Oh.
was Sheena Easton.
Sheena Easton, that's right. Yeah.
I don't know. I can't think of Shut Up You Face. I can't think of what that is.
What's the matter for you? It's a nice
What's the matter you?
it's a comedy thing by I don't know who it was, but it's supposed to be Italian. It's like kind of racist against Marx and white people, but
yeah.
But 70s hated it. I hated Shut Up, You Face. So
Yeah. So here I can't find what the darn let me turn my camera on. I can't find the scan. I scanned it and I restored it and made it all perfect. I'll find it like when the show's over. But I always had this up on my wall. So WPOJ was the big music station in the 70s. If I can find it, I'll send it. You can show it for that AOR show if you want. And
Sting, when he was
Jill-
in the police, looks
Jill,
so
do you
much
mean-
like my dad.
Jill, do you mean Runaway Train or Morning Train? Sheena Easton was Morning Train. Runaway Train was Soul Asylum. Wow, I'm starting to sound like 70s.
So you got REO,
The Police, yeah.
and these
With
are
the-
I guess
REO
these are
Speedwagon. What was
albums,
that? Heard
yeah.
it from a friend who heard it
Oh,
from a
they had a
friend.
ton of hits. Yeah.
I know that's just the one that comes to my head. Right
Take It
now.
on the Run. Yeah, Take It on the Run. And yeah.
And
One
then here's
Lonely
the
Night.
Rush.
Take
I'm
it
just
in
gonna
there.
go
Take it up to what?
so you can see.
Nice.
Rainbow was the last one. Difficult to cure.
Rush. Oh, man.
So
Still sad
PLJ
over
was PLJ was. Let me turn the comment off here. So PLJ was the AOR, massive AOR station in New York in the 70s and 80s, and then WAPP came out one summer and they did a commercial-free summer to try to take away all the listeners. So WAPP, I think it was 103.5.
Nice.
So people were
Yes.
fighting too, like you can't listen to AP. Like there's no commercials. Like yeah, but PLJ is where it's at. So, but
Wow. Hungry Boy says, y'all got to calm down or Clobby will start singing Gordon Lightfoot songs. Clobby, do you know any Gordon Lightfoot songs?
Doubt it.
Because you picked the wrong guy.
I doubt it.
You should have said me because I know all of his songs.
Ah,
Right.
see, there you
Yeah,
go.
you know, Clobby, you know the
Mark,
record.
you're gonna have to
you know
take
the
a
record
picture of that or
Sparrows.
something so
I
I can look
scanned
at
it.
that.
I'll
Oh, you
scan it.
did?
I just can't find it on my computer. I don't know where.
I want to look at
folder
that
it's
again.
in.
That was really cool.
It is fun. So I've had it on. I don't know what my one of my buddies' his aunt worked for WPLJ, and she was a DJ, so she'd bring home stuff. So I have these really cool PLJ posters of the Stones.
Right.
I have Stones, Hendrix, and let's see what, and the Who. These really cool posters. Are just really. I have them up in the attic.
I've seen
Really
2 out of
awesome.
3 of that. Obviously, I didn't see Hendrix.
Let's see if I can find some of the posters. Oh yeah, here's the posters that I have. These a couple of these posters I have. I hope they're safe for the YouTubes. But this poster I have, 25 years of rock and roll,
Oh.
WPLJ. I'm out of wall space. So, but
I meant the girl
let's
with the red boots.
yeah. So if you zoom in on, is it gonna work? Sold. Let's see. Can we? I don't want to save it. I want to save it. Can I zoom in? So this is a really fun poster because then you got
Awesome.
you start with Buddy
Elvis.
Holly.
Yeah.
Is that the Big Bopper up there? Probably.
I can't see very well.
Yeah. And plus,
Blind.
it's streaming over. Yeah. Bill Haley in the comics, Sergeant Pepper's, and you got the Stones in here.
Comics, not the comics.
What did I say?
These are the comics,
You
which
said
makes-
comics.
Yeah.
which does make perfect sense on this channel.
Yeah. Led Zeppelin. Yep.
Because Bill Haley did love, the Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah. The
That was
Who. So
Billy-
this is a
Billy Joel.
That is a cool
The
poster.
Eagles. So that's a cool poster. Yep.
Bowie.
So like she'd bring
Bowie
that.
at the bottom?
Yeah.
Bowie,
So
Bowie,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, it was Bowie. Yep.
Yep.
Bowie at the bottom.
Can't
Yep.
believe in modern love. But let's dance.
Cream.
I love Bowie. That's one of my.
He always spoke highly of you too. There's the Bee Gees, the bottom left.
You're funny.
Oh, Donnie says PLJs occurring at K-Love Station, non-commercial Christian, adult contemporary. And Donnie, I still tune to it sometimes out of habit, and then I'll listen to a couple songs, and then, just not my kind of music. And I'm like, oh crap, not PLJ, it's gone. And we knew PLJ was over because one summer they started playing Michael Jackson songs, and we're like, oh, it's done. Something's going on.
Is that Eagle over on the far right supposed to be the Eagles?
Yeah, I guess that's the Eagles, right? Yep.
I don't know. I can't. I just see an Eagle.
Yeah,
It's hard to see. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Crosby, Stills, Nash.
Oh yeah, I guess that is. Yeah, Billy Joel. Is that Linda
Simon
Ronstadt's legs?
Garfunkel.
Whose legs is that? Whose legs are those?
Oh, that's got to be.
No, scroll up.
No,
The woman's legs.
Is that Tina Turner? No.
On the left here.
No, to the right. Go up.
Oh, to the right.
Go up. Yeah. Whose
That's
legs
Linda
are-
Ronstadt.
Oh,
or
Ronstadt.
that's.
Okay.
Oh, I was
I
gonna
think,
say-
or is that
Probably Linda Ronstadt.
Pat Benatar? Linda
Hard to say.
Ronstadt.
You have to. Yeah, you have to
Linda.
go in. There's the Rolling Stones, the Everly Brothers,
I see
Or
Rod Stewart.
the Elderly Brothers. Yeah, Rod Stewart.
Beach Boys are there.
Is
There's
that
your
the,
Jim
Chicago.
Morrison.
There's your Chicago.
yeah. Oh, there's Sergeant Pepper. That's the Beatles.
This is like a Where's Waldo kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Is that Chubby
Benson.
Checkers between the 2 and the 5? Chubby Checker?
yeah. That's got to be Chubby Checker. Yeah.
Louisiana guy right under Elvis and
Yeah.
and the 3-chord turnaround guy, Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry. Yep, yep.
A little musical phraseology there for you, Courtney.
Yeah, sure.
Buddy Holly, yeah.
Yeah, I saw Buddy Holly. He's larger on the thing.
Peggy Sue. Yep.
What is that? Pat Benatar? That
I
70s
think that
said
is
that
Pat.
too.
That is
That's
his
what I
Benatar.
thought.
Bay
Okay.
City Rollers are there.
Who's really? Wow.
Who's in the middle? Is that Mike Nesmith?
Can you zoom? You can't zoom in, can
Well, I
you?
can't zoom anymore. Yep. Well, actually, if I open a new tab, let me try something.
You can also
Right
control
click,
plus
open
on
a
your,
new tab. Yeah,
Yep.
but I don't want to ask me. Keep saving it. Open a new tab. Here we go.
He says
No.
that's-
No,
oh,
open
no, not
cl-
Chubby
right,
Checker.
right click again. Scroll
Open
down
it.
in new tab.
Open
Open.
a new
You want
tab.
open? No, you want open image in new tab.
Open image in new tab. Yep. There we go. It keeps asking to save. Well,
Wow,
I'll just
that's
save it.
weird.
I'll just save it to my desktop and then open it.
That's weird. Anyway, yeah. So I love talking old music.
You should
There we
watch
go.
that 70s
There
rock
we
band
go.
show
There we go.
when you talk and roll.
That'd be fun. Yep. If I'm
Hey,
around.
the
it'd
thing's
be fun.
here.
Hey,
You
the
know,
thing.
like blue-eyed Idolo Millions.
Oh, the
What's up?
Bay City Rollers.
Yeah, that's what I was
comment was a
laughing
joke.
at.
Does anybody
Big
except for
thing.
me and 70s remember them?
Bay City Rollers, Saturday night.
Yep.
Yeah,
They had a
I remember
TV
I used to
show.
used to watch them on Sunday mornings all the time. And that was roller derby. Sorry, I got
Yeah, they had a TV show. Yeah.
Yep.
Bay
They
City
only had-
Rollers. Yeah.
They had 2 songs, I think 2 hits. They had Saturday Night and then they had The Way I Feel Tonight. Just the way I feel tonight.
Yep.
Okay.
That was just for you.
Low
70s. 'cause they're
Spec
from your-
Linux is telling you save image as, then open in photo viewer app. That's what he
Okay.
said.
Yep. Yep. So now where did I? Let me
Yeah, you
stop
shouldn't
sharing
have-
for a second here. Let's see. Let me close this. Yep. I had it open and then it went away on me.
Low Spec remembers the Bay City Rollers.
I
Wait a
don't
minute,
remember them
70s.
at the time, but I know of the Bay City Rollers. Just
Wait a
'cause I
minute,
was like, I was
70s.
like,
You heard them rehearse in the garage next door? Your
So
dad lived
cool.
your dad's gas station. They rehearsed next to your dad's. Still kind of cool.
And then he says they had a lot of hits in Britain. I hated them.
I hated them too, but I kind of like them. I kind of like them now. If you compare it to today's stuff, like WAP, it's it's Beethoven next to a lot of the stuff today.
Yeah.
You know.
So here's So here, if we could really zoom in, now you guys can see that. Yep.
Bill Haley and the Comets, yeah.
The Platters. Yep.
Rock Around the Clock Tonight, the Platters.
I don't know who that's.
There's Little Richard.
Yeah, Little Richard. Yep. I don't know who that's supposed to be. But obviously an old.
Is that the but go for it. Go Anyway, is that Joe Strummer?
No, it can't be the Stray Cats. Who is that?
Is that Joe Strummer?
Or
no?
No, just kidding.
Not sure yet.
Wow, we're all stumped. 70s will know.
70s will know. Yep.
Who
sang this song? Who sang this song? Afternoon Delight.
Starland Vocal Band.
All right, they had a TV show for a while too, didn't they? Or
Yes,
no?
they did. They did. Yes.
And you know what that song was about?
Yes.
He said, "That's Gene Vincent, you punk." Oh, that was funny though. You punk. Appropriate.
Now, who's that guy between the tongue and Mike? That isn't Mike Nesmith, I think.
Is that Mike Nesmith?
I think. I can't really tell. Is that his
I wonder if
tooth?
the poster has a listing of who's on it. Yeah.
Who's the guy? But who's the guy right to the right of whoever that is? That guy.
I don't know. It's something with a sneaker.
Gene Pitney? Oh, he's got a sneaker? Is that what that is?
Gene Vincent is saying.
Oh, Gene Vincent. Okay. Is that the Shirelles over to the left? That's not the Supremes. Or is it the Supremes? I can't really tell.
Well, there's a girl group here.
Ronettes? Or
The
what are
Ronettes.
they
That's the
called?
Ronettes.
That's the Ronettes between.
That's
the
the
A,
Ronettes.
yeah.
Yep.
And then the Everly brothers, I like to call them.
Yeah, Everly Brothers. Yep.
Only one of them's gone though, so I should be more respectful. And then there's
Hi, Captain.
Rod Stewart, Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan.
Phil Spector, yep.
I've seen Bob Dylan.
In
a
Pleasant
lot.
Valley.
Bob Dylan.
And Bob Dylan in the band.
Hey, Pleasant Valley.
Hey, Pleasant Valley.
Gentleman, question mark?
Captain James T. Skywalker.
That's what I said. Hi, Captain. Before.
Captain, yeah.
And the thing says that's Gene Vincent. Yeah, like you said before. I just saw the comment now. Yep.
Oh,
Billy
yeah,
Joel,
but
of course.
you punk because Joe Strummer was in the Clash. So that's funny.
Okay, Elton John. Who's the guy holding whatever that is next to the dog?
Oh, that's I know who that's
Where are we looking at?
Fire and Ice, James
Is that James Taylor?
James Taylor, I think. Could that be
I
James
don't
Taylor?
see what you're looking at. The
Fire and
blue
Rain,
thing?
you mean?
Fire and Rain,
Fire
yeah,
and
Fire and
Rain,
Ice, yeah.
ELO.
Could that be James Taylor?
Oh my gosh, right there
Well,
between L. Okay, yes, I see it now.
I think. I mean, I don't know. It's a guess, but
Could be. I don't know. I don't know who this guy is. He looks like Adam Sandler.
Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Well, Crosby,
Oh,
Stills,
really?
and Nash.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, Young isn't there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They're young in the picture though.
Well, how do we miss
James
Simon and
Taylor
Garfunkel?
is in the middle. Is who? That's what that 70s is saying.
And that's Bruce, obviously. Yep. James Taylor.
That's not-
James Taylor.
James
James Taylor.
Taylor.
Is that
Yeah.
Bruce? I don't think that's Bruce. I think that's Frank Zappa.
I think that's Bruce.
No, look at the.
No,
that's
that
Frank
looks
Zappa.
more like Zappa.
That's
That's
Zappa, you
Zappa.
think?
Yeah, look at the beard and the mustache.
It looks
All
like
right.
Zappa.
Okay. All right.
I get it though, because that looks like the kind of guitar that Bruce
Yeah.
played.
And is that
That's Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, Stevie Nicks.
that's the Mac? Yep. Stevie Nicks. Yep.
Yeah, Stevie Nicks. Nick
And the
Fleetwood.
Eagles, obviously the Eagle.
Yeah.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, there's Neil Young in the
There's
R,
Janis
right?
Joplin.
Or is that Meatloaf? No, that's
Jackson Brown here in the R.
Jackson Brown. Running
I
on
think, yeah.
And Janis
who-
Joplin was up to the left.
Yep. Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin, right.
And who are these fine young chaps? Is that?
Oof. You
I
got
don't
me.
know.
I have
Oh,
no
that's
idea.
the band.
That's the band. Okay, that's the
Yeah.
band.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
the
wow.
band. Okay. Yeah.
Cleavon, was it Cleavon?
Cleavon Little. Cleavon Harris.
Yeah, I would say Cleavon Little.
And,
Was,
And I'm forgetting who's in the band. I love the Last Waltz. If you
I
haven't
was just,
seen the last waltz, yeah, the band, yeah.
and I was just
Last
saying
Waltz
that
is
I've seen Bob
phenomenal
Dylan
movie.
and the band. Like,
yeah, the band did Clobby. They did a song with Lake Charles in it. To
Wow.
Lake Charles, Louisiana. Little
I don't know
bit
who-
secret
Robbie
up-
Robertson,
Up
yep.
on Cripple Creek.
Levon Helm, yep.
Levon
drummer,
Helm.
yeah.
funny.
Cripple Creek.
That's the one.
Oh,
I just
yeah,
looked
I love
close.
that song. Sorry. It's funny. That looks like Anthony Kiedis to me. I know it's not. But
And who's this woman with right here next to the Who? Who
Oh,
is she?
is that It's My Party and I'll Cry If I Want to? Leslie Gore?
Carol
No.
King, someone's saying.
Oh,
Carol.
Carol
Oh, that
King.
makes sense. Carol Tapestry, yep.
Tapestry, Jasmine.
And who is
Sing
this
those.
here?
That's Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band.
Ah, there we go.
It's
Good
Bullet,
one.
yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
got to
awesome.
be Cream, right?
Kareem, I was thinking the Bee Gees. But
And
yeah,
Eric Clapner, if you remember
Yep.
that joke from that was one of that was our Surgeon General. She said, "I love Eric Clapner. I'm proud to meet Eric Clapner."
And
So,
for the
yeah,
Eagles, they just have an eagle.
yeah. So that's a cool
That was
When I was-
fun.
poster.
I'm
When I was
surprised I
in high
didn't know
s-
more. I'm disappointed in myself.
Oh, you know what?
Who's that up here? Did we figure that one out? Next to the Beach Boys?
I don't know who that is. Anybody?
I don't know. Bueller.
There's Jefferson Airplane, which later became Jefferson Starship. Who is that
Yep.
woman?
Is it Mama Cass?
No, I know
think.
Mama Cass. I'm talking about the one,
Is it
on
like
the other
Karen
side of the.
Carpenter or something? No, she was like, I'm just trying to think of who she looks like.
Yeah, no, the Mamas and the Papas and John. What's the guy's name?
Joni Mitchell. Joni Mitchell. That. Yep. Thank you.
Is that Joni
Yep.
Mitchell? Oh, okay. Yeah.
I can see that.
The lead singer, John Phillips, who molested his own daughter, Mackenzie Phillips.
Well, actually, they lived in our town, and when they moved out, they found all kinds of people that moved in found tons of drug paraphernalia. No surprise in there. Yeah.
I'm shocked. I have to go
Shocked,
lie
yeah.
down. I'm so shocked. Yeah. All they have for Chicago is Chicago. Yeah. Well, that was fun.
So- yeah.
It
Here, I'll
was.
share. I have some of these other posters here. Let's see. Share screen. Yeah, we're doing 70s gigs here. 70s.
I got
gigs here.
Bowie, Pleasant Valley Picker. That was the first one I got.
We stole his.
Bowie.
we stole your gimmick there, 70. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, I got this poster. This is a really cool Who poster. That's awesome. $2,500. If anyone wants to buy it for $2,500,
Wow.
they can have it. Yeah.
I
So I have-
apparently
I have
saw the
that
Who
poster.
front row, but I don't remember. I was so young.
You don't remember?
Oh,
Yeah, my
so
dad
young.
just tells me.
Young
Yeah.
was not the word I thought you were going to use there. I thought you were going to say
No,
so wasted.
I also went to a ton of Grateful Dead concerts as a young baby, and
Oh, wow. Trucking.
I have this Who Stones poster that I got from my
I've
friend's
seen the
aunt.
Stones a couple times, twice too.
So I got that one. What other poster? The Who, PL. Yeah, this Who one. I think, and I have a Hendrix poster too. Let's see if they show up. Well, I just do a search for Hendrix.
Are there any bare walls in your house at all, Mark?
No.
No.
What color is the paint in your living room? $25
don't
says
know.
we're raw.
And my entrance, the funny thing is, my entrance, like the side entrance, I have all Star Trek posters up. So that was like, so the wife let me put that up, because it was like the side entrance. God bless her. So I'm not seeing the Hendrix, but anyway, these are a blast from the past. So just remembering these PLJ posters, and there were giveaways at the radio station. So, but some of them, I guess, they had up as it had, as a promo. They would send them out and use these posters. So, but really
the
cool.
Police, Every Breath You Take, was literally Gordon Sumner had just broken up with a woman. He was cheating on her with her best friend, but he was still writing a song about stalking her. And to this day, he says people are playing this at their weddings, thinking it's a romantic song. He's like, no, I was stalking this woman. I was threatening her, and people think it's this romantic song, and they play it at their wedding.
I know I already said it, but my dad is like a spitting image of Sting. Even like when he was young and in the Police, but even in his like older years, I have this picture where I put them side by side, and like it's identical. Even like the keeping in shape, the bodies and stuff, like when they're both in their 60s. Everyone thought my dad looked like Sting and like MacGyver.
Pleasant Valley. We actually did mention. I was scrolling. I forgot who we were talking about.
Bowie.
David Bowie.
That was the first one I saw, but I haven't seen the movie he's talking about.
Oh, Hungry Boy says Carly Simon on the other side of the.
Oh, Carly Simon. Yeah, that. Yeah. That, I think that looks more like.
I think you're correct.
You're so vain.
Hey, there's no need to bring my personality into this.
I like that song.
Yeah, so Jill, have quite a few posters, and someone was like, "Oh, I want to see I hear you have a lot of geek stuff in your house." We're like, it's like a school night, like a potluck dinner. I'm like, "Oh, let me," I had all my stuff hidden. Like, "Oh, just look down, going down the stairs." And actually, one of the guys at the time was working for the Sci-Fi Channel. This is back in the '90s. So that Tin Man show was out, where it was like a sci-fi take on the Wizard of Oz. So he gave me like one of the promo. He drove back and he dropped off like a promo pack for the show, which is really cool. It was an okay show, but it was all like, pictures and artwork, and I think it had a DVD in it or stuff, like as a art, a giveaway, the promo giveaways that they send out. So it was pretty cool. Yeah. All the ceilings are covered in rock posters. Yeah, well, I had Star Trek posters covering my college room, and it was just really popular with the girls. Yeah, it was very popular. All the Star Trek posters. Yeah.
Pleasant Valley Picker says, well, folks think that Neil Young's Rockin' in the Free World is an anthem to America when it's the opposite. Yeah, Neil Young hates the U.S. And, of course, he's never going to Alabama again, because
yeah.
You also have...
We don't need no Southern man there. Yeah.
How about...
he's still such a good musician, though. I don't know. I love
good,
him.
yeah.
How about
Harvest was such a good album.
Whenever that Canadian group, The Who, comes on, I always sing Canadian Woman, even though I love Canadian Woman.
Yeah.
I know Neil Young is a sellout, and everyone doesn't like his music, but
he's a
still
punk.
music.
I can't stand Neil Young. His music was the
Harvest
stuff. Yeah,
Harvest.
The album Harvest is so good.
I like Cinnamon Girl and Heart of Gold and a couple of others. I actually have a Cinnamon Girl.
Pull his music from Spotify.
Out on the Weekend is a great. That whole album is great.
Yeah, because he thinks that Joe Rogan.
Just because they had Joe Rogan. Yeah.
Well, don't say what he got in trouble with, because then I'll get in trouble. But yeah.
Oh well, no. It's just he thinks that Joe Rogan is right wing when he's not, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
He makes his own decisions, and so Neil Young, who is now a complete do what the government says guy. Boy, did he flip.
Well, is he?
I agree, 70s. Well, I think we all agree. Maybe not Courtney. She still likes him, but Courtney's a sweetheart. So
that's good music.
I don't pay attention to a lot of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's the music for me. So
that's probably a wise policy. You're probably happier. You probably have lower blood
music.
pressure.
That has nothing to do with the music that he wrote, So like Matthew Pounder says in the chat, Harvest is a classic album. I will never not like that album just because of how Neil Young acts, right now.
Yeah,
so.
it doesn't bother you. Yeah.
Well,
just
Courtney, all I can say is that a man needs a maid.
A man needs a maid. That's a great song too.
Clabby has no clue what we're talking about.
I don't.
It's a slower song.
Yeah, it was a song, Clabby, on one of his albums.
Yeah, but
you get in trouble for writing that.
I don't know.
What is that? Does somebody hear a squeaking sound?
I did.
Yes.
Yep.
Don't tell me that, because there was a mouse that in here, and I'm terrified of mice. And when you say that, it sounded like a little but it's not coming from here.
Yeah. And hi to Dad Man. So I hope we'll have to see if Culture can equal my 12-0 picks for last week. I should have tweeted to Gloat about that. So, but it was 12. Dad Man's got a SEC show, so I don't know the sports ball that well, and I was 12-0 in my picks, so, which was pretty fun. But so we'll see how they did this week. Yep.
So is Dad Man available to jump in, because it's getting late, and I should probably go check on my Cinnamon Girl. So I make that joke because she's half Asian, and Maddie's out.
You can say that. Yep.
Maddie's out in the sun 5 minutes, and she's darker than I am.
So here's the Dad Man.
Hey, I'm not muted, am I? All right. Hey, get it right tonight. Hey,
yeah.
Steve. Hey.
Howdy, Dad Man. If I'd have known you're going to be here, I would have worn your shirt.
Hey, and hi, Courtney, and hi, Clabby.
I was looking at the YouTube side, and I heard your voice, and I was like, "Why isn't he there?" And there's the delay.
Never that way.
God damn it, Mark! Jeez.
Mark's favorite, actually, Clabby's favorite clip.
Man.
It's always played on this channel. I love it. Yes, the great Mark D with a C was 12-0 last week. I will say that. Yes,
12-0, baby. 12-0, man.
He even outdid me and out this week. It's been a busy day. We're getting ready for a hurricane down here. And
I hope you're safe. Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, you're looking at one right there? Oh no, man. That means we're probably looking at one too. So.
I think we're going to be on the bad side of it, because there's usually the worst side.
The way it spins, right? Yeah, the
water
side.
I've been keeping up.
Yeah, it's just doing stuff with that today and getting some stuff for the channel out. So thanks for letting me come on later. But yeah, Mark was 12-0 last week, and Still, I
Wow.
haven't been perfect. I was 9-1 this week. I was close, but not marked
You're close.
perfect. Yeah, and
No.
Culture was 8-2. So check out that video
Cool.
there. Yeah, but yeah, I just posted that there. But yeah,
And I picked the Florida game. I'm sorry, Dad, man.
Yeah,
I
you
think,
did.
Yeah. Yep.
You
Yep.
did.
Sorry about that. Yep.
Yeah, it was Mark's.
I know you love Florida. I know you love Florida. So yep. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was a little frustrating yesterday. They lost, but it's not unexpected. I just that's another story for another day that I could go down on a big rabbit hole with. But hey,
Yeah.
glad to make it in. Finally,
That's
thanks
all.
for letting me come in. And I heard
No,
y'all talking
always.
music stuff right now.
Yeah. We're talking music, and we're just.
Yeah.
I was trying to find a scan that I did.
Oh, I really believe. Hey, I love that
This-
line
this
that y'all were
scan.
quoting though. The Southern man
Yeah.
don't need him anyhow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I had that, and I'm trying to find, and I'd scanned the damn thing, and I'm trying to find it on my personal confuser. But
That's what I should call that should be what I call a computer in general.
and I stole that from Leo Laporte. So give credit to Leo, the great Leo Laporte from Twit.
I don't have a
personal
PC.
confuser.
I have a laptop, so
Personal
let me-
confuser, he called
Let
it.
me
Yep.
do a real quick shout out to Hungry out there. Hungry
Sure.
boy, I've got your favorite avatar here, so this might be my recurring thing coming on Mark's channel just for you. I'll break out the Tiki doll just for you. Yeah.
Scary ass avatar. Yep.
Every time I see him, he's like, "Bring back the Zuni doll." So hey,
That's a great movie. Yep. Great scary thing from the 70s. Yep.
yeah, lock your ovens.
Lock your ovens. Yep. Yeah. So those were a lot of the songs that were on there, but this is kind of a mix of songs, I guess, too. That
man.
were, so Kim
was
Carnes,
like-
yeah.
Yeah,
Betty
I
Davis.
just
music
love
then.
Kim Carnes' voice. Also,
Oh
Guys,
yeah,
so
with that
that
raspy voice.
raspy, like.
70s is hitting the sack. So good night, 70s.
Yep. Good night,
I will
70s. Yep.
see you tomorrow. I'll message you.
Thanks for
And-
stopping by. Yep.
All right, buddy.
Have a
and
great show
actually-
tomorrow. Yep.
Actually, somebody else is heading out too. It's Maddie's daddy is going to head out.
The
Good night, Maddie's
Thor.
dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night,
Good night,
man.
Maddie.
one with better hair than me.
Take it
You
here,
got-
bro.
Nobody has better hair than you.
Oh yeah, they
course
do.
At least you have hair.
Yeah, barely at this point with the.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the thing about that's what area where Clobby and I are very lucky is we both
Yeah.
have all of our hair or most of it.
See, I have no idea. I don't even have an image of Clobby, so I
You're
imagine
better
him
off.
as bald.
Better.
Isn't that funny?
It's-
I just don't.
it's
I don't
funny.
know why.
Don't
I
say
have
that.
I have a picture of a guy who looks, in my opinion, exactly like Clobby. He's a Mexican politician, and the picture is of him falling asleep at some meeting because there was a girl I used to date had his
No.
picture up with something to recall this guy because he was asleep at some political thing. And in my opinion, he looks just like Clobby.
No, I
Clobby
resist
doesn't. Clobby
I resist.
disagrees.
I haven't seen him, but I still resist anyway.
Resistance is futile.
Resistance is futile.
I could post it, but I'd be probably
rather
one of
not
the
see
only
it.
ones, and Pat. So anyway, thank you again for having me.
Thank you, Steve. Yep.
All right, buddy.
Um,
Good, man.
Have a great week. Say hi to Maddie.
Clobby, hope to see you next year. I plan to hopefully go to Baton Rouge again with Maddie and Courtney. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Later,
Good night,
bro.
guys.
Be
Thanks,
good,
y'all.
man.
Take care. Good night.
Bye bye.
Steve is a
Why
great
are we
guy.
all
Yep.
quiet now?
No, because we're all waiting to see who's going to talk because we're too damn polite, right? Yeah.
I had noise in my background. I had to mute for a little bit.
You know what's so crazy is I actually remember these songs. I was 11 at the time, 10 or 11. My parents didn't really listen to the radio, but around the MTV days, I remember several of these songs. That's what's so crazy. And
I
the
was
Yeah.
3.
that End of the Air Tonight, great drum solo. I love that drum
Yeah.
solo, Phil Collins.
Oh,
I
I hated
remember every
Arthur's
single
theme.
one of these, and I was 3 years old, which is like would seem really nuts to people. But I was saying before, my mom was an aerobics teacher, so she used to. We used to go to Sam Goody and buy 45s to make for mixtapes for her like routines.
Mm-hmm.
And I just know like all 80s music from that.
Sam Goody, I remember those. But
Never Sam Goody.
Speaking of that, the missus just moved back in stuff in. I got my record player. I got a vinyl player in my room, and a lot of vinyl LPs, including
hold
some of the
on. I'll be
TV
right
show
back.
soundtracks.
I'll be right back. Sorry, guys.
Okay, Courtney. Yep, yep.
So, Mark, I've shown you a few of those too. You know, some like Battlestar Galactica and things like that. I love the sound of I love the vinyl player.
Oh yeah, no, it's
absolutely.
totally different sound. Yep.
And what's funny is mine from the 80s, my albums that have been around forever still play pretty well, you know.
No, I mean if you take care of your vinyl, yeah, it's I mean, I'm a, DVD, CD guy, but of course now downloading, but it's just got a different tone to it. It's got a warmth to the sound that's really really nice. So that makes that does make a big difference. And of course now you can buy, record players are relatively cheap, and you can actually rip the records back to DVD or CD or just to your computer, which is nice. So
I'm sorry, I was about to laugh because you know what, you were talking about records, and it just a vision flashed through my head. Do you remember in Chicago at Comiskey Park when they had disco demolition night or something? I just remember seeing the video that and all those records. Just oh my, Bobby might have been there. I don't know, but hey,
Where?
Chicago
when they destroyed.
Yes. No, I wasn't. I haven't been anywhere.
This song I hate though is what is it? Arthur's theme. That song always killed me.
You don't like that one?
Oh, I just hated that movie. I hate
like
the movie Arthur.
Oh, I love
hate the movie Arthur. I can't stand it.
Oh wow, that's odd.
And I hate the music. It just I just don't laugh at Dudley Moore in that one. It just
especially
never...
like Lauren Gilgert or whoever his butler in the movie.
The butler,
was fantastic.
There's something about that movie.
Got an Academy Award for that.
I just don't like it. I don't know. And usually I like a lot of stuff, right? But
yeah, you like everything almost.
I like everything. Yeah, but that movie is one of my. It's just like really cringe fest for me. Maybe it's because the guy's just a drunk and I don't find that amusing and funny. But yeah, Under Pressure with Queen and David Bowie.
Oh man, yeah.
Kids in America. You know what I'm going to sing, but the Police.
The scene with the guy when his butler. The guy says some crap about, he's always really picking on Arthur, meaning the butler is. But then when some businessman says something nasty about him, yes, of course, I see your point. On the other hand, go screw yourself.
You're not going to make me like the movie, whatever you do.
I've ruined a movie before, so don't underestimate me.
Yeah, don't make me like the movie.
I've ruined a movie for you before that you'd like.
Yes, you have.
Don't challenge me.
Green Lantern?
I heard you start to sing, "We're the kids in America."
Yeah, that's on the list. Yeah,
great song. And the Queen and David Bowie. That's like a classic.
Wish they'd worked together more. Yeah.
I don't know if Mr. Roboto was 81.
What?
Rick James Freak is one of
Mr. Roboto from Styx. Yeah. I don't remember if that was 81. It could have been 82. But all I remember was I had the 45 playing it at my grandmother's house. And when they said, "I'm not a hero, I'm not a savior," oh my gosh, the religious lecture she went on was like, "Yeah, you're not a savior." It was like, Grandma, it was a song. It was just a word.
The song.
Like, oh. Hey, Ray Parker Jr. did something before Ghostbusters? Oh, okay. That's nice to know.
Sort of. Stray Cats. These are like all my favorites. The Specials.
I don't remember anything.
Rock This Town. Yeah, that's a good song. Yeah.
Ghost Town's a great song by the Specials.
The Go-Go's. Our lips are sealed.
I've seen the Go-Go's a lot. People used to tell me when I had shorter hair and my face is a little rounder that I looked like Belinda Carlisle. I was like, but when she was, young and
great groups there. We actually had seen Go-Go's at Universal Studios, part of the Mario Girls series one year. They had a concert after the park closed. It was really, really fun to watch them. And really, my favorite girl band of all time. I mean,
the Go-Go's are one of my favorites too. Well, my favorite girl band would have to be the Runaways, but the Go-Go's are definitely. I love the Go-Go's.
Was Joan Jett in the Runaways?
Yes, Joan Jett, Lita Ford, Sherry Curry.
I know the two of her and Nina Ford, but yeah.
Lita Ford.
Lita Ford
was a solo artist. And she also, like, a lot of people knew her because she did that duet with Ozzy Osbourne, Close My Eyes Forever.
Yep.
Depeche Mode. Oh my gosh. These are all, I would listen to this playlist. Like, this all the time. Like, John Lennon, Jealous Guy, number 97. That's a great song.
Oh, must have been one of his last songs then, right? Yeah.
Cranberry Langers.
Yeah.
Where's Cranberry? I'm not looking at the chat. Hey, Cranberry.
Hello, hello.
Oh, he's been in there for a while.
Oh,
Or
great,
for a couple.
great avatar with Peter Parker is giving up being Spider-Man in there. What issue is that, Clobby? In the
What now? What was the question?
Peter Parker gives up his costume.
Yeah, Spider-Man no more. I'm bad at issue numbers. You should know that.
It was in the 50s. It was in the 50s. I can't remember.
50 something. 50 was it 50? 40 something or 50, number 50? I don't know.
It's around there. Yeah.
Somewhere
That's
up
a
in there.
great
Remember the
classic
cover.
cover. Classic cover. Yeah. Yeah.
Why'd you bring that up again?
Oh, it's the avatar for Cranberry.
Yeah, that's my buddy in the chat.
Oh, I can't see it.
See
I
that?
can't see it very. It is from that cover, yes.
Yep, yep.
So he's got that nice, cool Ramita avatar there.
Yep, yep. Very cool.
Great
Yep. Thank you for stopping by. Yep.
95 was pretty cool. That was one of the first videos I saw on MTV too. But you better be careful.
Natty Daddy, you're right. Like Jade
everybody. Yeah. They were awesome. Oh, you know what's so funny about that time at Universal? The drummer, the drummer got up because everybody's kind of just milling out there. She got up, took the mic, and started yelling at the whole audience of, "What's wrong with you people? Like, get excited, have some fun. You're just dead out there."
They were punks. Like, they were punk rockers before that. A fun fact, Belinda Carlisle was in this, like, late 70s band called The Bags, this punk band, and she wore a trash bag. Like, it was like this very nothing you would think, but like, yeah, they were. And Jane Whelan, the bass player, was
see, I knew she was punkish because even afterwards she went, and even now she's got that image, but the others surprised me though. So, oh man. Wow. Hey, welcome to Mark D with the C's Sunday Night Geekery. We're still here with Courtney and Clobby. Hi, guys. Hey, we were talking music. Had a good conversation music. You know, have we had that topic? Yeah.
What happened to Mark?
I don't know what happened to Mark.
Oh, Mark, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, I just jumped in. I just started chatting. Yeah.
I had my eyes off the screen there for a minute. Didn't realize it. Well, everyone, welcome to Clobbering Times new show. Mark D. Night Geekery.
I'm in the
That's right. Welcome to Clobby and Courtney's new show.
Yes, yeah. You see.
Well, I tell you, he had some problems loading up Fortnite the other night, so who knows? Maybe the computer went off strike.
We'll definitely mind the store for him. He'll be back.
Yeah, absolutely. But
it's interesting when that happens.
Yeah, have we ever talked music before on the show? I think this. I mean, not specific, not where it's like just the Beatles or something.
He does it all the time.
I was going to say we talked. I remember talking about the Beatles, but I wasn't like regular. You know, like I more so now. But I remember talking about one show we were talking about the Beatles and sports, and that was what got me into this channel because I was like,
he was talking about that documentary about the Beatles one night.
Yeah, see, I'm not much of a Beatles fan. So
Through the Universe, is that the one or no?
That was Get Back.
Yeah, get the new one. Yes, I still haven't seen that. Oh my goodness. Okay, I have to address a couple things in the chat. Maddie's daddy says Mark hates the Go-Go's, so he just quit, which is funny.
I love that.
Pleasant Valley Pickers. Oh, they're moving too fast. Okay, I can't.
Yeah, he's
I need to do it this way. I need to do it this way.
His Chrome
Pleasant Valley Pickers said the Runaways had great songs too, and they were huge in Japan.
Mark will be right back. His Chrome crashed. Everybody's on.
Okay.
Someone said Mark got the beat. Mark got the beat. Mark got the beat. Mark got the beat.
And Mark's lips are sealed.
Yes. And vacation's all he ever wanted. That's why he left.
Hey, Mark.
Now my headphones aren't working now. Go figure.
Hold on.
Most speculative laptop brings up Wendy O. Williams and the Plasmatics, who I know about very well. She was like a shock she was very shocking at the time for a woman. She did wear just electrical tape across her bosoms. That's so funny. Mark's lips are sealed. Pleasant Valley Pickers has always wanted to talk music, but no one ever does. Sigh. Have you checked out that 70s rock band show that he does? It's like every couple weeks now. It's always Talk and Roll. I'm going to be on it again tomorrow, and we talk music all the time. Cranberry brings up the Temptations. It's like, no, why is nobody else talking? No one's
don't know.
chiming in. Are you all mute now?
No,
I was on the
Sorry,
YouTube
guys.
page, so I didn't
Gotta
realize
get
you
my
all took
headphones
your
to work
avatars
again.
off, and I'm just like, I took
Courtney's
over the
in
show.
charge. I'm in good.
Nope.
Channel's in good hands. Yep.
I gave up now.
Exactly. Hey, Mark, we all covered. You didn't miss a beat there.
Yeah.
Nah, it was good.
we
I
doubled the
I wasn't
viewership.
looking at the screen there for a second.
You didn't even notice I was gone, probably, right? Yeah.
Dad man noticed it, and he was very agile. He is a very trained professional now.
Yeah, I've had to learn
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
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 Yep.
So, well, sorry about your Gators there yesterday, though, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
you got,
Well-
that was an exciting finish there, right there. But
Yeah, but the better team won. It's at least the quarterback finally played well. And that's hope for the future. They just need more depth on defense. But I'm not sure if I like this wild coaching where you go for every fourth down early in the game and you pass up on field goals all the time.
it's a way to get fired.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, because
That's what he's doing?
points matter.
Way to get
Points
fired.
matter. But yeah, I mean it's it's a shame they lost that game to Kentucky because I expected them to lose yesterday anyway. But losing that game at home to Kentucky was inexcusable. But
Got a long way to go, dude.
I know. Well, who knows? Georgia's struggling. Georgia's looked very bad against very plain teams lately. So you never know. That's why they play the game.
Yes, sir.
Oh, did someone mention Wandale Williams? Oh, yeah, she wore the electrical tape top. Yep.
Yeah, the
Or
plasmatics.
the plasmatics. Yeah.
I used to have a butcher baby. Like I had the 7-inch.
Yeah.
So let me ask: would that mean it would be a tape top, not a tank top?
Well, she just put an
no,
X
it
over
was
her.
just
the
electrical
X.
tape.
I know.
And it
There's a
should've-
dad joke in there, though.
I
There's
get
a
it.
bad
Tape
joke.
top, not a dad tape, not a
Yeah, I
tank
get
top. Okay, thank you.
It wouldn't even be a top though. That's why I'm
Yeah, it wasn't even a top. Yeah.
What's even better is it's a dad joke I had to explain the punchline to. So I don't know if it's
because
absolutely
it
perfect.
didn't make sense because the tank top would have the tape going this way.
I
It
don't
could
know.
be like a tape
Yeah, tube,
top instead of
yeah.
a tube top.
Okay, I
kind
could
of
use
makes
tube
sense.
top. I got you. But hey,
Yeah, we scared Steve away. We mentioned sports ball, and he left. Yep. We did.
No,
Hopefully, we did
he's
best the
back. He
audition.
said the cheekbones are back.
Okay.
Thank you. Fine.
So now we'll stay for a few more minutes, right? Yeah.
Sorry, Hungry Boy. It's my fault that we talked a little sports ball.
Oh, we love the sports ball here.
Yeah, all I know is I said it before. The Eagles beat the Commanders.
The Commandos.
That's my ex's team,
The
so I,
Washington
was
Commandos,
very happy.
There you go.
I could gloat.
The command skins.
Yeah.
The
I
first time I saw
like
the
saying the Washington football team because it's so lame. It's like
so
you don't even have a
stupid.
name.
It's so ridiculous. And their helmets now, they got a big W on them. They look like a college team.
yeah,
It's a dumb
It
name.
does.
It's called the
Simple,
Washington
yeah.
Criminals.
yeah.
You know how a mascot
Are you-
is supposed to be fearsome? So they should call them the Washington Taxers.
yeah, well, the
Oh, yeah.
IRS is hiring another 90,000 agents. So, I mean,
You say that every
yeah,
time I make that dumb joke.
yeah. Well,
You're right. It's pretty scary.
But that's a good observation, Clive, about the uniforms. They look so pedestrian. They do look like a college team. They don't look professional.
That dumb W on there.
And then in
Helmet.
the other side, a number is a W on one side. And
I don't know. But what's a commander? I mean, it's gonna, Washington Generals, Washington Capitals. I know there's another Capitals team, but why not?
Well,
Commanders.
Well, I tell you what, take the old USFL team's name, the Federals. I mean, at least
The
it's
Generals should
something
have been the
related to
Generals. Yeah.
Washington.
Yeah.
Washington Generals, or well, it's better than the Guardians, I guess. So, yeah.
You know, they should have just, if they were going to change the name and all, they should have just changed those colors. I mean, really?
Yeah.
That mustard
Right.
yellow
Still,
and
they stay
whatever.
with the red. Yeah.
Yeah. This,
I love that he's still doing the music thing. Because that's TLC, and I actually like TLC.
all right.
I don't want no scrubs. Anyway.
Oh, and then Plaza Vice said, yeah, the first time, well, not the Plaza Vice, I remember seeing the Go-Go's on the Mike Douglas show with Blondie, not Blondie, Blondie on Mike Douglas show. And just remember as a kid, of course, all the groups used to go on all the daytime talk shows and, variety shows and be on in the afternoon, in the middle of the day. So
And the Sex
you
Pistols
catch all
went
those
on.
bands. Yeah, you catch and all these Mike Douglas was like as straight laced as you can get, with all these rock bands on, and, with Blondie on there, and I think that should have been call me or whatever, but it was always funny to see those bands, on those shows. Yeah.
I'm hungry to see Johnny Storm. I just have to comment. Jane is my favorite go-go also. Trying to holler at me. Sorry, I'm still singing the song.
No, I like the guitarist Charlotte Coffey, or Charlotte, I think was her name. I like the.
For some reason, the guitarist and the drummer. I know the drummer's name is Gina. I'm pretty sure of that, but for some reason, their names I cannot think of right now.
Oh, I know Charlotte is the guitarist.
But Jane Lee, the bass player, and I'm a bass player. Well, I can't currently really play, but I'm still a bass player at heart.
That's your main instrument, right? Yep.
No, my main instrument is piano. I started piano when I was 5. Yeah.
Can you play the theme from Star Wars? Because that's the only thing I used to remember on piano.
John Williams? Yeah,
I was thinking that was like the bribery for like taking piano lessons, and my mom's like, "But you can learn to play the theme from Star Wars on piano." And for years, I was like, the only thing I could still remember to play, like not well either, but just it's like the geek in me. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna have no more. They'll be all gone. Yep. Oh, we lost the dad man.
Uh-oh.
We're all disappearing. There's a boogeyman here.
Yeah, there's been one app on my computer. My computer's been crashing a lot lately, and there's one app that keeps crashing, and I don't know, maybe I had too many windows up.
Wall. That's when I went. Did you notice when I jumped and I was like, I'll be right back.
That's not good.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah. Did you jump like this?
Never that way.
God damn it, Mark. Jeez.
I didn't knock you out that.
Hey, no, I didn't. There you go. I hit the wrong button. I was trying to go into private chat, and well, hey, that one deserved a repeat there. But hey,
you boomered it.
Yeah, absolutely. I admit that wholeheartedly. So that deserved something. Either that or an Alamarine or something. Especially Alamarine. No.
Oh no. You asked for it. You get it.
Well, I deserve it after that.
Love it.
That'll scare everyone away.
I don't know. The only thing creepier than that is when they do the game with the little girl.
Alamarine, count to 4. Alamarine, then 3 more. Alamarine, then 3 more. Alamarine, if you can see. Alamarine, you'll come with me.
Alamarine, you'll come with me.
God, I love her.
With that gets stuck in my head.
It's the worst thing ever.
I love her reaction on that. It's like great acting. She's like so angry at it. Hey, sorry, the Zoom got out of control. But Courtney, I was trying to do some research, and then I come back hit the wrong button. But basically, Charlotte Caffey was a guitarist, and then it was Gina Shock on drums. But
yes.
Yeah,
okay.
But they actually had different band people on bass and drums in the original group. But
Jane Whelan wasn't there the whole time.
No. Jane Whelan was Kathy Valentine was the bassist. Apparently, there was a different bassist and a different drummer when they founded, because Belinda and Jane founded the group.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Jane I thought she was a bass player, not a guitarist.
No, Jane's a lead guitar or rhythm guitar. She was.
Oh my gosh! How did I get that wrong? Okay, I'm just talking to myself. I'm like, I'm holding myself in my
Jane
brain.
Whelan's still very cool, very awesome.
Okay, now everyone cover your ears. Here's another horrible clip from Star Trek. If something goes wrong, you can say this.
Wow.
At
least it wasn't Wesley or that agonizer thing.
Cranberries, again, no one can prove a subjective opinion is garbage or it's wrong, but you are wrong. Babylon 5 is a great show.
I haven't watched Babylon.
I can't prove you wrong, though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think green is a much better color than blue, and I'll just prove it to you
wrong about that either.
Yeah. Hey, pop culture curator. Yeah. Yep. Hand over your geek card and your nerd card. Yep. But yeah, no, if you don't like a show, it's like, I mean, I didn't talk about, we're almost towards the end of the show. I was going to talk about Cobra Kai, but what an ending.
Wasn't that something that episode? Oh my God, man.
That
That's with me big time.
Yeah. Well, I'll, did anyone here not want to hear any spoilers on Cobra Kai? I can just be generic, I guess, but the ending was really phenomenal. And I was watching with the wife tonight, so the episodes aren't that long, so you watch like 2 or 3 in a row, and then when you get to that episode 9, you're like, oh, we got to watch episode number 10 now. But some great clips.
It's not possible to say a counterpoint to someone calling something garbage, dude.
Yeah, he said just wanted to start a debate. So
I know.
Yeah.
If we had a whole bunch of us together, we could have a mass debate.
Yeah. But yeah, so Cobra Kai, I love the. What do you think of that last episode, Clobbering Times?
Oh man! First of all, well, again, we're not spoiling anything here.
Well, we'll do mild. Yeah, people say
sprung me along to the point where I was, as great as it was, I was pretty. Until a certain thing was found out at the very end, it made me happy again because it was great, but I thought something bad was going to happen that didn't. I'm trying to, and it was just the ending was extraordinary. I mean, it was just again, we're not really.
The ending involved Jello. We can leave it at that, and it's not.
Jello.
I can't say that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That wasn't a big deal to me.
You're not talking about that.
That
was
about a certain character, something happening to him, and then them leaving it, you thinking one thing.
Yeah, and they fixed it in the end.
And I wanted to go, if you did this, I'm going to be mad. But also for the kids, yeah, I mean, it was great. Yeah. It was a great ending. It was a great season, I thought.
Yeah, no, but that there's a certain thing that happens to a character, and you are rooting for that character so much that something bad happened to him, but it wasn't.
Right. Man.
Yeah, my wife and I were yelling at the TV like as we're watching, but they had some great callbacks to old characters. I'd say watch Karate Kid 3 if you haven't seen watch Karate Kid 3 if you can before watching this season. You don't have to, but I think it definitely would help to get to know the characters. But yeah, it was the acting's good, the karate's good. Steve left now; he's our karate expert. But yeah, just a lot of fun, and the trip to Mexico, and Johnny's still got his great stupid one-liners. I shouldn't say stupid, but just the ignorant, fun, non-PC lines that are great. Not as many maybe in this season. He kind of grows up, which is the character arc that makes sense. So cleaning up his apartment real quickly and trying to get his life in order. But this is minor. But he's out of work, so he's trying to work as a delivery driver, doing Uber or deliveries. He keeps getting 1 star, and like girl leaves him a 1-star review. It's like, car smelled like beer. He's like, stupid, of course the car smells like beer, there's beer in here. So he's getting like 1 star all the way. So then he buys like this cheap phone with the screen is cracked so he can do his deliveries. And yeah, he's just a great character. But he has a nice arc in this story. And Karate Kid, Ralph Macchio actually hits kind of a low point in the story. They kind of flip characters, and he goes to Johnny for advice, which was and Johnny's like, "You look like shit." So
that was a great scene. So many great scenes.
That was a great scene. Yeah. Kreese is great in this, and the guy that plays Terry Silver is fantastic. He's believable. His karate is great. Yeah, Chosen's great. Yeah. Yeah, he's fun. Yeah, and he stayed in great shape too. Yeah, I wouldn't want to get in a fight with him. Yep. So, and low spec Linux laptop says Babylon 5 is greater than Deep Space Nine, but can't be better than the Alan Moraine episode, though. I mean, there's no way.
I love both shows, and both shows have their problems. Both shows have peaks and valleys. They're supposed to be very different, even though Deep Space Nine was kind of mined from the Babylon 5 idea. However, I love them both. I got room for both of them.
Yep. And
Let's see,
good night,
first, TNG.
Cranberry Langers. Take care. Yep. Thanks for stopping by. Yep.
I
If
would
ever
say
Babylon 5
is
is
better than
worst.
both of those shows.
Yep.
Go ahead,
Well,
sorry.
I mean, I love Stargate SG-1. TNG is not doing as well on the rewind. I have to say, it hasn't aged as well in some episodes. And B5, I started to watch and never finished it, but that's one that I gotta watch. And yeah, Terry Silver's been compared to Emperor Palpatine this season. Yeah, great job. He's in shape. His karate's sharp, and you love to hate the guy, which is what you want in a good villain. It's like you really hate him. And Kreese is like has some sympathetic streaks, and then there's some great scenes with him. He's in prison, and something to do with Jello and respect in prison. So there's some great fights. You finally get that prison fight, that you're gonna get, and there's a great twist with him at the end of the season, and you kind of feel bad for him.
Wow.
But the snake, he's always going to be a snake. So that's going to be a good next season, because we're like, they could have wrapped everything up, I think, this season if they had ended it and had ended Kreese's story. I think that would have been a good ending point. But of course, the show's so damn popular. I don't think they're going to keep making them, probably, right? It's one of the few Netflix shows that doesn't get canned after three seasons. Yep. 3 seasons. Yep.
Yeah.
Deep Space Nine. Well, yeah, that's the story. Is that allegedly that storyline was
it was shopped to Paramount. Babylon 5 was by J. Michael Straczynski, and they just said they kind of turned it down. And then a couple of years later, they were, while he was getting Babylon 5 sold, he found out that Deep Space Nine was in development.
Yep. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Yep. So yeah, it's I just don't like it when they copy things like that. And we all knew that too, right? In the geek nerd world, we're like, wait a minute, they're gonna have a movie based on a show based on a space station. What's going on? How are they gonna do that? So but yeah, just watch both shows and enjoy them, and they're both different. As much as I haven't seen Babylon 5, but it's more of a war show, right? I guess. Of course,
yes, Babylon 5 is war. There are a lot of science fiction elements to it, and it has a lot of individual science fiction stories, but it's a space opera for sure.
And Pleasant Valley, how was that David Bowie movie? I heard it's some people really liked it, so that's some good. Good
Pleasant.
stuff.
Well, you'll be back. We always have the place for you there, and you got to go see the movie, so there you go.
Yeah, you think season 6 might be the last one, Kelly? Yeah, it could be, but plus you don't want them to drag it out too long, too. I mean, it could be.
Yeah.
My guess is like the series will end on like Johnny and is it Carmine? What's the girl's name? I'm forgetting her name.
Carmen.
Carmen, yeah, getting married. Like they'll be, Ralph Macchio. He'll be the best. He'll be the best man. They'll all live happily ever after. But we'll see what happens. Yep. Oh,
Yikes.
Lex and Farscape. Yeah, there's some similarities. Although Lex had a lot more skin, I would say, than Farscape. But yeah. Some similarities, yeah, definitely in the crazy ships and the
what, Lex? Yeah,
Lex. Yeah, Lex was more
crazy show there.
Wasn't the girl like a reptile on that show, or she got superpowers or something? The main girl, I can't
remember much now. I did watch it, but not all the time.
Yeah, she was like a hybrid, and yeah, there's some. I think she was supposed to be a sex worker or something on that show.
I know the assassin guy was dead.
Yeah, Kai. Was it Kai?
Kai, yeah, with the weird hair.
Yep. Yeah, and you can only live for so long or come back to life for so long. Yeah, and he went back into the pod. Yeah. Does your wife let you have mayonnaise? If I want to, I guess I could, but I don't put mayo on a grilled cheese, though. Is that a thing? People put mayo on grilled cheese?
Mayo on a grilled cheese sandwich?
It probably is.
Grilled cheese with tomatoes. Yep.
That's like a plain grilled cheese, but with chili.
Oh, Peace Star says Cobra Kai is over. Producers moved on to there's a new Ferris Bueller show.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and Sony scheduled a Karate Kid movie for 2024. Oh, that's a bummer. I like the Oh, and they're gonna end with a bang with the movie. What's up, Courtney?
I have to get going, unfortunately. I did want to make one comment. On the East Coast, in Jersey and Philly, they eat mayonnaise and tomato and mayonnaise sandwiches because the Jersey tomatoes are so sweet.
Oh,
yeah, a little different.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I just wanted to. I'm sorry, I cut you all off, and I haven't seen Cobra Kai either, so I'm glad I kind of missed.
Well, we're gonna head out. We're gonna head out now. Here, I got to get to work tomorrow, so we'll probably it's a good point to end. Steve's gonna be mad because we're ending, but yeah, I think it's a good point to end. So Courtney, you're gonna be on 70s tomorrow. At like 5. Is it 5 Eastern?
It's 5 Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, and I am going to try and be there. I may not be able to last through the whole stream, but I'm definitely going to be there for a little bit. So,
yep.
In the beginning.
Great.
I have I just have a busy week, so anyway.
Yep.
But I'm gonna go really quick.
Go. No. Yep. Thank you for being here.
One more thing I just wanted to say, I streamed for the first time in a long time on Friday night, so I'm bringing the channel slowly back.
Good.
And it's just it's Courtney for now, but it's the same.
Is it the same? Is it the same link or can I get
same link? Yeah.
Same link. Yep. Let me grab that. Yep. All right. Thank you, Courtney.
Yep.
Have a great week. Catch you tomorrow.
Excellent night.
Bye, Courtney.
Bye, guys.
Be good. Be excellent.
Be good. Good to see you.
I'm always good. Yeah, right.
You're always the best.
Yeah. Let me get Courtney's link in here. It's Courtney, or now it's just Courtney, I guess. But here I had her under. Where do I have her alphabetically? Oh, where'd she go? Here we go. So I don't think she's the Fellowship of Oddballs anymore, but here's Courtney's link. If anyone happens to be not subbed. And Dad, man, what you got coming up in the and let me just address, Pleasant Valley, thank you for this comment. It's not traditional, some concert footage mainly. Concert in his creative drive and need to move forward. He was so driven he couldn't settle. Yeah, I gotta go see that. That looks like the David Bowie movie is referencing. Yep. So it's always fun to see that in a movie theater too. So with the good sound of the big screen. Yep.
Definitely.
So Dad, man, what you
experience? Yeah.
What you got coming up, the Dad, man?
Well, I need to start by going backwards because the great Mark D with a C was 12-0. So you go back to week 3 and you can watch him show off his barbecue, get the picks, and then
12-0, great food.
You set the standard for everybody else to follow. So, but we're actually moving up the show this week to Tuesday night because we're not sure what's happening.
The hurricane.
The week, because looking at forecast tracks and all that stuff, it just who knows what.
Yeah, not looking good. Yep.
Right now it does not, but it still has to go through. But and I'm started some Fortnite streaming in the last few weeks, so there's some of that.
Yep.
But not just that, because a lot. It's easy to focus on the Fortnite, because I've got a banner that says Fortnite to football. It's more than Fortnite and football. Periodically, I do some little show and tells, with some interesting things that I've come across, like some of the album soundtracks, from the old TV shows. Really appropriate now. We've got a magnetic hurricane tracking chart that was my wife's grandmother's that I got to get over the years. And, some things like that. Eventually, I'd like to get into some history. I've done some Fort type stuff, but it's going to be eventually more than just football and Fortnite. Have some other things in there. So just people stop by, check it out, look at some of the videos, see,
that man's got some good stuff going.
Appreciate it. But thank you, Mark. And I will tell you, Mark D with a C has had a great influence and help on the channel with a lot of tech advice.
Thank you. Yep.
And stuff like that. And I appreciate you, Mark, for that. So, and Claudia, I appreciate the shout outs here. And Claudia, I also appreciate the shout outs over on your channel. So
always a pleasure, buddy. Good to see you, man.
Yep.
And Clobber Times, what's your Monday night show? Do you have a subject yet, or from Mark C show, or
Mark C Comics Talk tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time? I'll just be talking about maybe mostly an open show. I think I'll talk about a bunch of different random comic book reading, some old stuff, and just go talk about some basics. Just do a little bit of open stuff, really.
Yep.
Nothing big yet.
Alrighty. Well, yep. So everyone check out Clobbering Times on Monday. I'll be on Nick Weiser on Tuesday night for Total Recall, and I'll see if I can remember the movie. That was a bad joke. That was a bad dad joke. Really bad. That was bad. It was bad. It was bad. Globber. There's my my globby. So it's
Wow.
I thought it said clob. I thought it said clobby on it. So yeah.
I think we're so angry with you for messing that up. Somebody should yell your name in something else. No, it's something else. Someone who's angry with Mark.
Someone's angry. Yeah.
Never that way.
God damn it, Mark! Jeez.
Right.
Just saying. Don't boomer it, Mark.
Just
You did that.
Yeah. Oh, and I found this. Some of this is famous from the internet. So I told the barista, I said my name was Mark with a C. So the guy wrote Clark on the cup. This was been making the Clark. Yeah, Mark with a C.
Clark. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Is that awesome? Yeah, can you imagine that? Yeah. Mark with the C. The guy wrote Clark. Yeah. That's a classic. I got to find the album, but yeah, I just want to thank everyone. It's getting late, so I'm not going to go through everyone was in the chat, but thank you to Courtney, Steve Mitchum, and of course Pleasant Valley. I'll just go a few people that I know are still here: Pleasant Valley and Matthew Pounder, and of course the ever awesome Hungry Boy, our resident artist, pop culture curator, Cranberry Langers. Thank you for being here. And low spec Linux laptop. I can do it. I know Linux. And let's see who I can see who's here. Matthew Pounder is still here. Thank you, Matthew Pounder. Brian Hepburn and Maddie's daddy. Yep. So sorry, I guess he stayed because even though Courtney left, he stayed. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys hanging out, spending Sunday night. And 3.5 hours, not weighing so old after all. Yep.
Yikes.
So I got to go read some new gonna go watch Andor. I didn't think the first episode was. I always do this at the very end of the show. Remember, I was going to talk about Andor. First episode was okay. It wasn't anything great. I'll give it a shot. Watch the next two. Yep. Thank you, Brian Hepburn. Good night. And watch Stargirl. Stargirl's good. And House of Dragons. I'm behind on that. That's been good. But Cobra Kai, that was just phenomenal. Great stuff. So really, really, really good. But thank you, Clobbering Times. Thank you, Dad Man.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting me come in late.
And I guess everyone was it Hungry Boy was asking for this again before we left. He wanted to hear this. I think I just saw that in the chat. He wanted it.
Alamo, count to 4. Alamo, count to 4. Alamo, then 3 more. Alamo, if you can see. Alamo, you'll come with me.
Alamo, you'll come with me.
I just never get so old. Sorry.
Kathy said it, mad.
I don't think he liked it.
Yeah. That gets the club owner. Yep. Gets the club owner. Yep. But just really appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and it's been fun. And we'll catch you next Sunday, and hopefully during the week I'll get some videos out. But I've been busy with the real world. But I always appreciate making some time to hang out with you guys here. It's always a lot of fun. So catch you guys later. I'm gonna get this. Where'd my overlays go? I can never find these overlays. All right, there we go. Now we'll get out of here. But appreciate everyone being here again, and catch you during the week. Take care, everyone.
Everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Yep.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.